No, it's not a double standard because Joseph's dream didn't have him disobey the Lord. Martin Luther King's dream.
Oh, so is he even going to make excuses for Josiah calling Martin Luther King? Let's find out.
Had him serving white people. Martin Luther King's dream said, prefer the white burger over the black burger. Prefer the white business over the black business.
And please put up that quote, since you want to, apparently you're going to make excuses for it. I would like to see that quote here from Dr. Martin Luther King.
No matter what the white man do, don't fight back. That's a bitch. That's not a man.
See, y'all can get mad all you want from what Captain Tazariak said, but guess what? Captain Tazariak is right.
You heard it for the record. And I'm lucky that I came across that part. That's because I was looking, for other stuff or the video. Now he's going to bring up Khalid Abdul Muhammad, but what about Kataza?
Now I'm saying it, chump. Stop that, record it, and play me saying it. Captain Tazariak is right. When a man is constantly spitting in your face and you just doing a protest march, even Malcolm knew that he was right.
Malcolm is in the picture shaking Dr. Martin Luther. But since you gave me to go ahead to make that clip, I will make that clip.
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people. How can I let Red Pill come? Red Pill just have a different ideology than me, but he's still a brother. That 14-year-old African is an African. He's not my brother. He's not my people, period.
There's nothing special about you because you following some spook-ass God, some God who we know is narcissistic, who's demonic, who's a goddamn liar, who's bipolar. The God of the Bible is a bipolar motherfucker.
You're wrong. You don't know. Everybody on my circuit, they against the Israelites. We hate the Israelites. We can't stand their doctrine.
I was in that position, and I couldn't open my mouth. They tore my ass up so bad. I literally had tears in my eyes, bro. I didn't cry like, woo, but my eyes was fucking watery. You ain't got no proof, nigga, that I went to the hospital and they all told me I had AIDS. I went to like 4 hospitals, and the hospitals was telling me that I had AIDS.
And Shaka, did you get your money, your $1,000 from that?
I didn't get nothing yet. I was supposed to get it before the debate. That's what happened with me and Jabari, why we didn't have a debate. I was told one thing and something else happened.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Comedics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
Polite, if let's say Polite is innocent, he could be a partial victim. Maybe he broke up with the girl. Who knows, what happened in that instance. But the only true victim is that girl. So I think that's what we need.
And I think that's being a hypocrite because you have a member of ISUPK who was locked up for child molestation, for rape, or whatever it is, and y'all still support him. Here it is, Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all wouldn't support him. See the double standard?
What
you have a
standard?
member in ISUPK, which y'all support him financially. You put money on his books, but Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all
This how I know you taking a strong. This how I know you take a strong position of Polite's innocence, regardless of waiting till the verdict come, because you keep bringing up the same exact thing, even though I've explained the position dozens of times. How many times do I have to explain the same exact position? So in that instance, the brother took a lot of.
Even if you explain it, it still remains the same, though, Captain.
No, what remains the same? But what remains the same, though?
that he was found guilty.
Definitely was found guilty, but he also
Polite was not found guilty.
I'm not saying don't support him though. Right,
brother. You said if the brother come on my channel, you done.
Wait,
and you know you got me, man. You got me. I said, all right, brother.
That's right.
Right,
but what is that part? That part is talking about until the trial is over. I just say after the trial is over, if he's found innocent, don't deal with him. That's not what I said.
Right, okay.
So again, the two don't match. What you're trying to match up just don't match. So I ran down that whole brother's trial already. His how he was found guilty. I ran all of that down already. So that scenario is not the same.
Right. Okay. All right, brother.
Were you accused of molesting your wife's niece, who is your niece through marriage?
I have no recollection of that. You would have to inform me of what you're talking about. I have no recollection of that.
Okay, I will be able to one day. So I have my third question. Captain Tazariak, do you have a homie that's in prison right now for child molestation that you support financially?
Yes.
But I thought you were against child molestation and those that are molesters to children.
I am against child molestation and those that molest children.
So why are you supporting this person, but you speak ill against others that have a love for people that have been just accused of child molestation?
Okay, I'll answer your question very easily. When I was at both cases of both trials, the evidence that they had, they gave the brother a lie detector test, which he passed. They tested the sister for the young girl, rather, whether her hymen was broke because he was accused of molesting her. Her hymen was not broke. A hymen, for those that don't know, a hymen is something that they use to test to see if the woman's or the child's virginity has been broken or anything like that. There was information that she said that she gave, which she then retracted. So the first case that they did was thrown out. The second case they did not want to answer to. The jury was hung on it, and the judge did not want to release them until they came up with an answer, and then they came up with a guilty verdict. So from observing the case, if he was guilty of the crime, I would in no way support the brother. But from the evidence of the case, from the testimonies of him as well as the individuals involved, he was not guilty, even though he was found guilty.
Wow, so he was not guilty, even though he was found guilty, but you speak ill against someone else that is not guilty, but they say he was guilty. So I have a question. This brother that you support, does he have children?
Yes.
And if so, do you ever say to those children, you have a father that's a child molester?
No, I don't.
Well, why do you do that to others that have a love for Dr. Malachi Z. York Ill and cause his children of him a quote-unquote so-called child molester, and you speak for supporting him?
All right, peace and black power family. Welcome to another Sarnetta TV House of Consciousness production. You already know what it is. This is your brother Sarnetta. I am your host, and I'm bringing in another heavy hitter. You brothers and sisters better be ready. When we build this wall, this Kemetic wall, oh my God, ain't nothing stopping. We bringing in another young brother. He's a scholar. You one leave, 5 more come in. Reggie leave, 5 more come in. You know what I'm saying? Garfield leaves and turn his back on Kemet, 10 more come in. We already got Chris Harris. We bringing in another brother who is awesome, who is powerful. I would say I don't know, between him and Jabari, I would say they probably right here until I see the brother's work and ethic, and if he can handle the ring, getting in, or the battlefield, or whatever, anybody that come at him, if he can deal with that pressure, I think he can, because he's Kemet. And so without any further ado, I bring to you my brother, Shaka, in the building. What's up, Shaka? He runs the channel of Ma'at Forever. So if y'all are aware of that, make sure you go and subscribe to Ma'at Forever channel. Go over there and show some love for our brother. Peace and black power to you. Hotep. Shaka, what's happening, man? Unmute yourself.
Hotep Sen-E Sanera,
Yeah.
thank you for the invitation. I just want to greet the people as I usually do. Hotep Senu, Hena Senut, Iti, Ren Isha Kandugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. Bonjour, Sak Passe, Mbote, all that good stuff.
Damn, don't
Habari
y'all hear
gani?
that? Don't that sound beautiful to your ears, man, right there? Just to hear him go in on that. I know he dealing with knowledge, man.
Have you ever met Theophilo Benga?
No, I've seen him, but
You've seen him.
I'm not acquainted with
Well,
him.
you
Yes.
seen him on YouTube?
But brother, you like to say I know him and him. In 30 years, you don't have a book, you don't have a
No.
website, you don't have a platform. You have to go on other people's platforms. So you can talk all you want that you were acquainted with.
Well,
whoever.
you don't.
It doesn't
you have
hold any
anything.
bearing
I mean,
with your scholarship.
Listen, I think everybody knows my work. You're just being introduced.
What is
okay?
your work? You've been carrying their suitcases. You went errand and bought them drinks and coffee and tea. Everybody can do that. That's why I nickname you Butler.
So Sanetta, so you allow this person to talk about, I carry Sanetta's bags and suitcases.
So you are Butler for Sanetta as well. It's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
and Sanetta called you the B word. You did not object. You don't have any background.
You know.
The Proto-Semitic Allah, burning down tells us, was a black God represented by a black bull whose hide denoted his black skin.
Here's the picture that he showed on the screen. It's a deity El, the god El. Pay attention to the crown or the headdress, if you will. This is a picture from the front of the same statue, a little closer, and a little bit from the side here. Now, this headdress is actually the Atef crown. If you go on Webster's online dictionary, that's what it says. Atef is the specific feathered white crown of the Egyptian deity Osiris. It combines the head jet, the crown of Upper Egypt, with red ostrich feather for the Osiris cult. The Atef crown identifies Osiris in ancient Egyptian painting. If you go to Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster, it says Atef, hold on, a tall crown with a long feather on each side, shown in the art of ancient Upper Egypt as worn by Osiris. Okay? Here you can see Osar or Osiris with the Atef crown. This is from the papyrus of Nebket. It's actually in the Louvre Museum, and you can see me filming that papyrus on the video entitled Reality Check. Why black people ain't going nowhere, but you might as well put Afro Style Reality Check, it's gonna come up. And in here, it's also from the Louvre Museum. You have Osiris in the middle with the Atef crown, and the description for it, if you go on the website of the Louvre Museum and you type Royal and Divine Triad, you can do a search and you will see they mention that he is actually wearing the Atef crown. Now finally, you can compare the crowns. Okay, first you have the god of the Arabized Negroes, which first is El, but somehow, some way becomes Allah. But that's up to y'all. That's up to the doctor. And then you have the one that I showed you, Osiris. then again from the front compared with another statue of Osiris, and then finally the same statue from another angle.
Biblical King's Seal discovered in dump site. This is the royal seal of the King Hezekiah, and here we have an Ankh. And finally, last but not least, you need to see it to believe it. The God of the Bible. El slept in his own dung and urine. This is Ugaritic Narrative Poetry, page 195. And we also have this book here, the Masriya in the Prophetic Literature, where it clearly says that El floundered in his own feces and urine. Microphone check, microphone check. Sorry. Hotep Senu Hena Senut, Iji, Ren Ishaka Nuku Kemet. Late today. The title of this live stream is Senator agrees that Martin Luther King was a B. It's on y'all. I want to know what you think. Now, when people are dead and gone, you can go and disrespect them. It's not a problem. Strangely, the people who are convicted for rape in a court of law, the people who were convicted for child molestation in a court of law, they're not labeled the B word. Not just saw something funny. I saw something quickly. And first I thought the video was like 40 minutes or something, but I saw it quickly as I was driving. So I was like, oh, that's too long. But actually it's 3 minutes long. So I just have to find something that I share with you so you can see the contrast. If people have questions, they can call in, you know. When I say people have questions, I'm talking about those groupies for Scam Cheddar, you know.
All right. Do you remember? Hold on, I'm gonna play these better. All right. Oh, it took a little while, but I found that part. All right. You gotta hear stuff like that to believe it, man. Cause this dude is switching like I don't know what. He's switching like a 6-4, man. Remember what I played? Yeah.
Shaka did he to me. Shaka to me, Shaka killed it.
He said to me, Shaka killed it. He's talking about Shaka Amos, of course.
From the beginning to the end.
From the beginning till the end.
He wrapped it up, and you heard.
He wrapped it up.
The two brothers got on saying Shaka information was more powerful, but the way he disrespect or the way he did that, that's not what the topic was about.
That's not what the topic was about. All right.
All right. So let me go on over to the next person. And
hey, wait, before you do that, if I could just clear one more thing.
I heard Tazari's voice. You can see his face. He doesn't feel comfortable. Then he's probably gonna get some text messages. You know what I'm saying, or private message in the chat, you know, private chat and stuff like that. And listen to the bitch ass Senator how he's gonna fold and switch like a bitch.
I wouldn't call the brother. I think you say Sekou. I don't know what
yes,
the African brother. You try to say I would call him a dirty stinking African. I don't call people dirty stinking nothing.
Dude, I played a video today.
You have to attack me, right?
With General Maharika. Remember the old joint?
General Muhammad? You said General.
You're gonna hear Tazariak acting like, you know, he never said anything against Africans, because I've played a video of the guy King Ty, the rapper, who kept saying stinking African. First gonna act like, oh, that's because those guys were going at us, but he's lucky I don't have that video anymore. Somebody may have it anywhere somewhere. But even if I show it, it doesn't matter, because Senator said this about his own God.
There's nothing special about you because you following some spook ass God, some God who we know is narcissistic, who's demonic, who's a goddamn liar, who's bipolar. The God of the Bible is a bipolar motherfucker.
So Quinat doesn't care about that. Tazariak doesn't care about that. FOPE doesn't care about that. ISUPK doesn't care about that. All the Israelites who go over there, all the people who believe in the Bible who go over there, they don't even care about that. So, you know, what importance does he have if I show or if I mention that Tazariak said on tape to an underage brother who had one parent that was African that he would not feed him because he is African. Boom. So let's continue.
No. Damn, what's my man name?
Captain Tawar.
Captain Tawar, right? Captain Tawar.
Right, but that's when the African was in there combating us. That's different. Like if you come and combat me, anybody that's coming like in combative form, of course you're gonna do your trash talking. But I ain't just gonna come out and say, you know, a dirty, stinking African and nothing like that. So
no, he told the young boy, I will not feed you because you're African. That bitch Asa said, because of the backlash, Tazariak, you're my brother, but you won't be on the panel again. And he was back like 2 weeks later.
I just want that. And I appreciate those two individuals being able to give an honest opinion about a debate when they don't agree with my side. I think that's what, like, if I could say Kemet won and everybody, like, I got a lot of flack when I said the Kemetic brother, because the Kemetic brothers was Shaka, Polite, Amara Squad, Jonathan Owens, I think those were the main ones I remember. And I said they won. And I got a lot of flack from the Israelite community from saying they won. But I said they won because they won that day. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. As a matter of fact, I think Chris Harris, if he's still on here, I said Chris Harris won against Zion Lex.
See, sir? See?
Too. Because if you won, you won. It's just a debate. Anybody, any given night, if you train right on any given day, you could win. Like,
Well,
look at the
I
Giants.
would
The
say-
Giants beat the. Okay.
I'm gonna take it back. I'm not gonna say
Switching like a bitch. I'm gonna take it back.
Shaka won by a landslide.
I ain't gonna say Shaka won by a landslide. Earlier, you said, from beginning to end.
I would say I would give Shaka the edge.
I would give Shaka the edge. It's like it's tight, and you give him the edge. He switched like a bitch completely in front of the whole world
because of his closeout. That's what really closed it for me. So
first it was from beginning to end, and now it's the closeout that really closed it to that biatch.
Shaka.
So what you just heard was like 3-4 days ago, right? First, he says, from beginning to end, Shaka Amos won, hands down. Then he switches like a 6-4. But I'm sorry, but it still gives Shaka Amos the win with a slight edge or with an edge, call it however you want. You heard it. I didn't make it up. Now, check this out. Less than 24 hours ago. See that? 16 hours ago. Listen to this 6-4 SA.
But I think it's up to me. Shaka killed it. Shaka killed it. Yeah, see? Shaka, to me, it was like a landslide because I understand.
Hold on.
It wasn't a landslide, though. It wasn't a landslide. Oh, shit.
He started off saying it was a landslide. Then he says it wasn't a landslide. All right?
Hold on. This is what I mean. That's why I love my brothers. If Sekou said no, tell us why you shaking your head, Sekou.
Canada, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
I had good information, but he lost the debate. I'm a chemist.
Oh my God! Turn the stream off. Turn it off. Turn it off. It's over.
Nah. Hey, yo, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna be real, Garfield. Stop that. Cut that off, man. I gotta be real. In that debate, Shaka could have won by a landslide. I got to keep it a buck. He could have won by a landslide, but he failed only because he was showing stuff at the beginning that ain't had nothing to do with the debate. If he would have showed what he showed after the debate, he could have killed Captain Tazariak. Because remember,
so you heard him say now that he failed.
We was dealing with the ancient writings. Whose ancient writings was that? We first round, I said, yo, why is Shaka doing this? And I said, yo, so I'm gonna keep it real. And the reason I'm gonna keep it real, Kim and Captain Tazari, one of my brother too. Shaka did lose that one. I gotta give it to him. Even
that Shaka did lose that one. Now, when I said this was less than 24 hours ago, this is obviously a replay from a previous live stream, and by the looks of the logo of the Waka Squad, was trying to resurrect. Now, that's whenever Trackfield, the scammer, decided to live stream and cap for the side of the xenophobes. So this dude, is definitely mentally unstable for real, man. There was a caller. Feel free to come back. You know, while I started playing the first clip, he was there. He had his webcam on and all. Neil. So feel free to come back if you want to. Let me go through the chat. But first of all, what? Now, this brother right here, and he just left a comment here, so I know he's right here. How are you doing? How are you doing? Now, how do you feel about Tazariak saying that he hates Africans?
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
How do you feel about that, brother? How do you feel about that? Look, you have one of Saneta's groupies who wrote, "We want the scholarship." So what I've been playing, it wasn't the scholarship? The videos I have on my channel is not the scholarship? Do you want us to talk more about the rapists and the pedophiles and say that it's all good, like the HOKKK? Now, let's see. Is that scholarship to you?
How about the mighty fucking Hebrew? This nigga went to jail for rape, dog.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga,
And that
don't
nigga
fuck
back
this-
in the community, like everything good. Hebrews quiet. What about Nazi Yashabel?
Hold on. Let me get this nigga.
Let's not forget the mighty Hebrew nigga, who you get constantly on your channel, who's on all the Hebrews channel. Don't forget the mighty Hebrew, the bald head nigga, been already incarcerated in prison for molesting a young child. He came home and they violated him again because the nigga was trying to fuck with another child.
Or maybe that's the kind of scholarship that you want here. I think you love that. You're gonna love that one. It's called Being Subtle with the backup of Sado Hogarego.
Listen, I taught polite how to properly debate. I can teach you how to
I don't
properly
need you to
debate.
teach me because,
Oh, okay,
for
no
example, what's the attestation for the Exodus? It's so good. I can write the story like a Spider-Man 2023, and I mentioned Joe Biden. Joe Biden exists. That doesn't make the Spider-Man story true. So we have.
I agree with that.
All right. So that's what you
But
try to do.
have you ever heard of Sinai photograph?
No. What is that?
You never heard of that?
No.
I have the book, Sinai photograph. I don't have it with me, but if we ever were to debate, I can actually get a book. It's like this tall, about this tall. Cost me about $700 to get. And Sinai photograph is a book that shows how they were able to show the hieroglyphics about the flood, about Moses at the bottom of Mount.
You must be joking, brother.
At the bottom of Mount Sinai.
Hieroglyphics about the flood. Which flood?
Yeah.
The flood of the Bible?
I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'm not the flood. I'm sorry. About the Exodus, about Moses, about all of them is written. Miriam is all written at the bottom of the mountain. It's a book called, I'm sorry. I think it's Sinai Photograph is the title of the book. If we was to ever debate, I'll show you historical evidence that backs up Moses, Exodus, etc. existing. You might want to do a better job because that book does exist. If I was to get the book.
The book might exist, but that's a world premiere that you're talking about. No scholar ever talked about attestation of Moses or the Exodus happening, let alone on hieroglyphics. I mean, it sounds to me like you made that up.
Is that what the dude called scholarship? I make something up and it's all good. Did you check? Did you see that in the book? Did he show it? Book is like this, $700. You guys are lame for real. You're amusing, but keep coming, making us laugh. Now the brother is freestyling right now. I'm gonna go through the beginning of the comments. You see. Now, no name. Islam doesn't mean peace. It means submission. You guys are funny for real, man. Always making stuff up. But this brother right here, this is my point. You have to know who an African is. Brother, you made it clear that you are an African. You are from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. My question is very simple. How do you feel about the Zayak saying that he hates Africans?
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
See, for those who don't know, brothers and sisters, I don't have anything against that brother. He's a French speaker, by the way. But you can see clearly that he's also an English speaker. He's an Israelite, a believer of the Bible, with the Hebrew Israelite persuasion. And now that Hebrew Israelite said that he hates African, he's in here making excuses for him. And the dude is African, from the Congo. And I find it interesting, man. You're witnessing Stockholm syndrome at work. That's what you're witnessing. That's what you're always witnessing. So I'm going to wait before I go to the comments because that's very interesting. Come on, brother. Some people know him as Pizzo. I know about him on Killer B, the Witchfinder. So this is what he wrote. Bantus migrated into Africa. They are not themselves African. The Nilotic tribes are African. So Bantus are not Africans, according to the brother. Brother, do you want to sound pseudo? Bantus are not African? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, where did they migrate from? Where did they migrate from? Look what they're saying now. These pseudo-Israelites, these pseudo-Hebrew Israelites. Now, you know what? I'm going to go to the beginning now. But here, this is what he wrote. Check this. Congo itself was a pygmy land before the arrival of Bantus. Am I wrong? You've been wrong from the start, brother. But, you know, we can help you. I get you on game. Get you up on game. Get you on board with some real information because, you know, I think you got the HOKKK type of information, making stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Akasha is asking, so Bantus are what? Asiatics? See, I'm rocking with you, brother. You wrote Bantus migrated into Africa. So that suggests that they were outside of Africa. Oh, there it is. He says that Bantus migrated mostly from Egypt, Middle East, through Ethiopia. So that brother is telling us that Egypt is in the Middle East. And he wrote, okay, prove it wrong. I'm not HOK, you know. All right. Okay, unless you prove it wrong. Me to prove it wrong. Share this in the chat. Some things you don't think you have to do, but you know, Hebrew Israelites, they are dumbing down the people, telling us people, our people, like 10 years back. See here, Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica, one of the most respected encyclopedia in the world. Egypt, country located in the northeastern corner of Africa. I just proved you wrong already. Egypt is located in Africa, brother. Let me go to the beginning, man. Oh my goodness. This is what we're doing in 2023. Love Me For is in the place to be. Andrea Brunet is in the place to be. Let me check this out. Oh, snap. Sounds good. V Bennett's in the place to be. Hotep to you. Hotep to you. Texas Bama is in the place to be. You know, the way Scam Nature said, Tazariak is right. It's like his wrist was broken for a minute. You know, his accent sounded British.
No, it's not a double standard because Joseph's dream didn't have him disobey the Lord. Martin Luther King's dream.
Oh, so is he even going to make excuses for Tazariak calling Martin Luther King? Let's find out.
Had him serving white people. Martin Luther King's dream said, prefer the white burger over the black burger. Prefer the white business over the black business. No.
And please put up that quote, since you want to, apparently you're going to make excuses for it. You know, I would like to see that quote here from Dr. Martin Luther King.
No matter what the white man do, don't fight back. That's a bitch. That's not a man.
See, y'all could get mad all you want from what Captain Tazariak said, but guess what? Captain Tazariak is right.
Captain Tazariak is right. With the head movement. It's a new and improved side we have right now. Who else do we have? Texas Bama. Love me for road, but Heru. Bad Heru? This morning was crazy. I thought Nandy was going to do a follow-up from yesterday's current event, but apparently it was going down overnight. What happened over there? Let me know. So I got in his feeling again yesterday and thought he was really exposing something. He was exposing himself, man. Sometimes I wonder how the hell I see all this. I blame Sa for everything. What happened with that lady, that Nandi lady? Like I said, people can say what they want. It's called free speech. Everyone know where Scam Nature. He don't care only about his money. If it no paperwork, anything criminal, this don't help. Just saying. Facts. These guys misinterpret people like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King constantly. They can't even quote and cite people correctly anyway. Not even the Bible. They are seek to do that so casually also. Now, when people die, you can label them bitches. It's not a problem, you know. But then you tell them you disagree with their claim, they hate you for life. They don't call them names, just disagree with their claims. Your pseudo claims, they hate you for life. Is you just negated the mother as a possible victim also. Storm is in a place to be. Zarya just blamed the mother and Professor Polite is a possible victim and the child. Because whatever ICPK stipulates, we should hold as what's best. I didn't meet him either. So see the brother, first message he wrote, Shalom. Now, HOK is indeed a circus, as evidenced by his ex-wife returning. I appealed that copyright claim. And I was different with the copyright claim. She has to prove that she filed some legal proceeding. So we're going to see if she's going to go there. It's not some message like cease and desist. Real legal proceeding. Did anybody ask her if she said that we have 3 hearts? She said it a while back, but not too long ago. It's not like 10 years ago. If she tells you no, I ask her if she said that we have 3 brains, but I think she said we have 3 hearts because I mentioned that a while back when he was fresh. You know, she said we have 3 hearts. She went, you know, here, here, here. You know, I think she did like this. Probably wrong. Probably the last one, the lowest part of the body would be like, you know, the root chakra, the Kundalini. Yeah, we had the Sa lover, you know. He has a lot of male groupies. They're ready to shake their behind to get on that panel over there. Because how many panels do you know where convicted rapists and convicted child molesters are invited, accepted, and respected? Anybody that raped a child can go over there and get all the respect in the world. Plus, they can be pseudo as heck. They're going to be applauded for that. All before the mode is changed. And maybe later on now, there's not too many messages. I think he did Shaka last stream to seek Nepal in without raising questions after he claimed she stole from her. She came before he did the last stream. You know, but he spoke about us and about me particularly previously, and he removed the last stream. Is that one he did still on? 6-4. 6-4 side. Yeah, it's still on. Because at the beginning he said he will remove it. You know. We still haven't heard from Jabari though, you know, so hey. It is what it is, you know. Everybody can come to the conclusion. The brother here is asking me if I acknowledge the difference between Bantu and Nilotic. Do you acknowledge the difference between brothers from the East Coast and brothers from the West Coast? And also brothers from the South? Do you acknowledge that difference? Oh my goodness. Storm is asking that Scam Cheddar groupie, if he's aware of the allegations, he doesn't pay his debts. I mean, now that I see he switched by first saying that Shaka almost won hands down from beginning to end. Then he goes, okay, Shaka almost won with the edge. And now he's saying Shaka almost lost. I'm thinking, is it because he didn't pay the brother at a certain point in time?
And Shaka, did you get your money, your $1,000 from that?
I didn't get nothing yet. I was supposed to get it before the debate. That's what happened with me and Jabari, why we didn't have the debate. I was told one thing and something else happened.
It's better to beef with somebody so you don't pay the dude. I wonder if he paid the amount that was agreed upon. How will we know? Like I almost said, HOK is full of people with mental illness. Sneak the paw. No, that is not Tory. That's not Tory. I spoke to the brother. I've seen his face. He was on the Kiddo Be the Witch Find YouTube channel. And first it was kind of confrontational, but then, you know, we kicked it. You know what I'm saying? See, people get to speak with me. They understand I'm a cool dude, you know. At least you listen to a pathological liar like Sal, you're not going to get a wrong idea about me. You know what I'm saying? Because as you have noticed, you know, if he doesn't have his Power Rangers, then all he resorts to mainly is just lying. You know what I'm saying? Sekou need to be accepted there is pathetic. I mean, you know, sometimes, man, sometimes I'm telling you, man, you know, we've seen a young brother, Tory. He came in, he was cursing out Sasa, told him to kill himself, to slit his wrist, to commit suicide. And then, you know, he went over there on Napa's channel, he apologized. He's the one who was told by Sa to kill himself, to commit suicide, and he's the one who apologized. I mean, sometimes, you know, you're like, man, for some people, Scam Cheddar is a god, man. They have so little going on in their life. And that's why the Hebrew Israelites are so funny, because the African Hebrew Israelites, as you can see, they won't even talk on the dude, the ISUPK dude, saying that he hates them.
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
And the Hebrew Israelites worldwide, they are scared to say that they disagree with Scam Cheddar, insulting their own God, man. Their supreme deity, the Most High.
There's nothing special about you because you following some spook ass God, some God who we know is narcissistic, who's demonic, who's a goddamn liar, who's bipolar. The God of the Bible is a bipolar motherfucker.
And that is amusing to me. I made the live stream. I don't recall any single one saying that they disagree with that. So he became their deity now, you know. But anyway, once again, there's not many places in the world where somebody who is convicted of rape, convicted of child molestation will be accepted and given all the respect in the world. There's only one channel. So all the bombs on the planet Earth, all the people who rape, not only women but children, they know where to go. And they feel good about it. Now, All Africans did not enslave us, and the majority had nothing to do with it, period. So he points all Africans with a broad brush, like racist people paint all blacks with a broad brush. And Brother Pizzo is asking, yeah, what the? Oh, the P probably maybe stands for Pizzo. Shaka, who are Africans to you? To a European, we're all African. That African kid always reminded me of the kids from Lean On Me. He was too cute and mature beyond his years. Or you're probably talking about the 14-year-old African kid that Zaria told would not feed him because he's African. Poor Zaria called Africans enslaved, these people. But, you know, isn't it interesting when he says, my people? Can he show that the people who were allegedly enslaved in Egypt are his people? Do we have an attestation for those people existing in history? And if we have an attestation of those people existing in history, do we have attestation of them being enslaved? I mean, do we have attestation of them living ancient Egypt en masse, and the sea parting in two, and them spending 40 years in the desert? It's getting funnier by the day. Captain, may he get heart attack. Yes, he wishes death on others, so same can be wished on him. So personality and friendship win debates. Friendship scholarship. On from the Amara squad, he did that. It was disastrous. It was disastrous, man. You're my homie. I agree with you because you're my homie. And they have the nerve to use the word scholarship. Some other people, they like to use the term information. Whatever they want to talk about, they call it information. It's something they don't want to talk about. They say, oh, let's get back to the information. That's why there was a fresh legal proceeding. There was a case against Africa Bambaataa for child molestation. Those guys live in New York. There was a protest in New York. They are not talking about it. And they have the nerve to say, oh, those guys don't care about it. Who doesn't care about it? I'm overseas on another continent. I covered it way before it happened on a very regular basis. I read the whole report. This dude and share the report and share the march. The more time goes, the more we see where the heart is, Then again, we heard about the 15-year-old Nikki. And we heard that Enki, his longtime friend, said that he was knocking boots with her when he was in his 30s. B. Bennett, how you doing? Feel free to speak, brother.
Hey, can you hear me, Shaka?
Yeah, I hear you well, actually.
Okay. I just got this question for Tazariak. Can you prove that you're not related to the Africans that enslaved your people? Can you prove that you're not? And
when you say the Africans are enslaved his people, where is that in history? But feel free to continue.
No, but whoever said that he's not related to the Africans that enslaved his own people?
Okay. I thought you were talking about the Bible narrative. You're talking about
right.
Historically those traders. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we have this idea that none of us are related to the Africans that enslaved our people. Different Africans were at war with each other, taking prisoners, some of them from different groups that were at war with each other, participated in the slavery. So my question is, which one are you related to? And there's more. How do you prove that you're not related to one of those groups yourself? I mean, it just makes no sense what he's saying. Secondly, most Africans, 90% of Africans have nothing to do with the enslavement of African Americans. They're victims just like us. They all didn't get enslaved, but they got colonized and put into chains in their own continent, in the motherland. That just because few of them participated, you don't have to blame all. That's not fair, brother. That's like what plenty of racist people do to us every day. Shouldn't we be different than the people that we say do us wrong, Tazariak? But no, see, that's the problem with Sonetta and HOK and all of those pseudo scholars. They sit back and let stupid shit, anti-African shit like this fly every day, and nobody has to respect it. No one has to respect it. If you think that you're going to succeed in what you're doing, understand everyone with a brain sees you as the dog that must be removed first, without any question, for your lies. That's all. I'll be back, Shaka.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, rabies is a disease, man. It's contagious.
They're dirt, man. They're dirt. You know, they all know
Well, you
those
know-
comments are wrong. They all know those comments are wrong, and they are dirt for letting those comments fly. Then the other thing, this whole thing about them having a problem with you being in France, like you can't contribute to that. The reality of it is that when you are inside of a problem in a situation, looking at it from up close, you cannot see the problem from the outside, from a distance. See, that is why we need injections from people from the outside so we can see both the perimeter and the war from afar. We need both peripherals, you know, if you want to be serious about it. And without both peripherals, you only see half the picture. Now, me and myself as an African American, I first started seeing so much more when I left America. When I left, finally, I could get the whole picture. What about you peons? You know, you think because you only seen something up close, you think you're the only one that's seen something up close? Hey, grow up, see the bigger picture, see it from a huge panorama, and then talk about what you can do to contribute. Stop acting like little bitches because you have some problems every day, and stop crying and grow up and be men. Enjoying the show, Shaka. Oh yeah, peace to the chat and everybody out there. I guess Shaka got busy for a second. Do y'all feel what I'm saying in the chat? Do y'all feel what I'm saying? I mean, this is some ludicrous,
Yeah, I'm
hateful
feeling what
stuff.
you're saying, brother. I'm sorry, I want to grab something to drink.
Oh, no worries, man. Okay, I'm gonna let you be. Any questions for me or what?
I don't know. I'm gonna go through the comments, but I'm surprised at Jabari because once again, he did say that the xenophobia towards Sekou needs to be addressed. And here we have people who say they hate African, and that's on the platform in which he participates, which is a stamp of approval. He participated in that platform yesterday, but it's all good. At least I know where he stands.
Man,
Now,
these guys are. There's two types of person that's been a victim of discrimination. The people that have been victims and give up and capitulate and begin to tear each other apart and victimize their own communities, and the ones that don't, that move on to help people be rational and lift their communities up and also represent their communities in everything they do and how they do it. These guys have capitulated half of the war.
well, what's interesting is that it is for the record, you know. So we're gonna hear people back dancing. We're gonna see people back dancing doing the Macarena. If you have, for example, a YouTube channel where people will say that they hate African Americans, I wonder what those guys will have to say. You know, I really wonder what they will have to say. How is it good to say? Yeah, go ahead, brother. Yeah.
Most of those dudes are related to the people that enslaved their own ancestors. Flat out. Flat out. African Americans are a mixed group of African people. They're not from one group. We're not from one tribe. You know, it's just that simple. Sure, you can find out things through DNA, but we're not. We're not one from one particular group. We're from various groups that have been mixed up in the US. And those groups often, some of them were fighting each other and enslaving each other or selling the prisoners. So which group are you from? Why does being African always have to be an innocent thing? And do you think being African American is just an innocent thing? That you're just a victim, that you never victimized anyone else, that you were never a Buffalo Soldier yourself? You see, we have to stop looking at these things from a childish perspective, you know, and start looking in the mirror and just accepting that, hey, no groups of people are perfect. But guess what? At the same time, we're not the worst. We've contributed so much to humanity, and we've done less to other peoples than many others have had to do to get their piece of the world. You see what I mean? And we should be proud of that. You know, we shouldn't capitulate to ignorance and also victimizing each other, like trying to say that we're men when we have 8 wives on welfare, trying to say that we're men because we can rape little girls, trying to say that we're men because we can scam and sell micro loans to our own community and commit fraud to our own community, acting like that's what a man is. We shouldn't pretend like we're men when we paint all Africans with a broad brush and say that they enslaved us, when we might be related to the very group that enslaved us ourselves. There's nothing beautiful and powerful about stupidity. There's nothing beautiful and powerful.
Hold on, brother. You remember him, brothers and sisters? He came on the panel and asked for paperwork for the Mighty Hebrew. I showed the court summary where we have 6 charges that he was found guilty of. He jet.
Oh, Brother Law is good. I mean, maybe he jetted.
Yeah, it's okay. We have the right to different opinion, but he jetted. He went on Scan Cheddar's panel, went and capping over there. Now he's obviously a Muslim. I remember he said some words of prayer.
But I bet he got a Christian background. But I bet he got a Christian background. So,
whether he has a Christian background or not, the dude is a believer in the God of the Bible. Here's what:
there's nothing special about you because you following some spook ass God, some God who we know is narcissistic, who's demonic, who's a goddamn liar, who's bipolar. The God of the Bible is a bipolar motherfucker.
How do you feel, Brother La, about this? We're gonna watch Stockholm Syndrome at his best. And how do you feel about these being shared on his platform?
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people. How can I let Red Pill come? Red Pill just have a different ideology than me, but he's still a brother. That 14-year-old African is an African. He's not my brother. He's not my people, period.
Is he there?
He's there. He's there. He left that comment not long ago. So we'll see what he's going to say.
Well, he's always welcome. He's always welcome. But the reality of it is that, it doesn't matter who it is. Going about this type of debate from a very minute lens or narrow lens does not help anyone, including Brother La or anyone at HOK. I mean, some of these things that we're discussing are just basic that can make anyone look like a fool if they're not aware of. So I would just ask Brother La the same question I was asked Tazariak. Can you prove you're not related to the same people that enslaved your ancestors? Can you prove that you're not related to an African that enslaved another African? Can you prove it? That's my question for all the brothers at HOK, since they like to sling the xenophobia around so much. And also, do you believe, Brother La, that you can only contribute to the revolution if you see the problem from the front line, that generals don't sit back from another parameter and see a much wider view of the playing field? Do you think generals cannot contribute just because they're not on the front line seeing it up close? That's what I'm curious. Do you think that people from the outside can see things that you can't see on the front line and that might be useful to the revolution?
We'll see. I've made the chat subscribers only because there's quite a fair bit of messages now, but I'll share the link together on the panel. So 2023, we're dealing with some grown men who have solutions to our problems, who have the information and the knowledge. So I'm sure they won't mind getting on the panel. Yes,
I can tell flat out a lot of those brothers at HOK are related to the Africans that enslaved other Africans. It's flat out. That's what it is, and they wouldn't be the only ones, but they need to start being honest about it, and stop taking on this Mr. Innocent victim role, like they never did nothing, like they weren't a part of anything.
We're gonna find out. They're gonna. You see, some people zip it down. We break it down. It's a difference. Cambodian Africans, all we want, because it's easier, because it's an easier way out. But before Arabs and Europeans, there was not slave trading as we know it. sold
Look,
to
Shaka,
slaves.
Shaka,
Yes, brother.
Yoruba and Igbo were at war with each other. They both contributed. One group contributed first by selling slaves, and the other group got revenge and sold some of their prisoners as slaves. Now, which one are you related to? Which one are you related to? That's really what the question comes down to. Which one of those groups are you related to? You know, these guys have an unrealistic view of slavery, how colonization even occurred in Africa and slavery. I mean, that's the problem. They have a baby bitch view of history. And I hate to say it that way, but you have to call these grown men bitches. They have the opportunity to know more, but yet they don't want to know more. They want to get spanked over the head by someone else because of their ignorance. That's just how it is. You know, I mean, they like that. That's what they are, dude. And they look for escape routes, any other escape route. Sarnetta has to be a bitch to actually try to go after your panelist instead of go after you, Shaka, like a man. Yeah, that's really what we're dealing with. Yeah. And they take this kind of cowardice in every single word and every single position that they take this kind of cowardice. You see what I mean? And if they don't like it, then change. Be part of the change. But they're not part of the change. They want to snort coke, do heroin. They want to involve themselves in all types of pathetic behavior. You know, while they sit up here and sell the illusion that they black revolution when they're not. They're crack revolution. That's what it is. And we just have to call it what it is. You can see it on their faces. There's no need to play games about it. They don't want to play fair. Nobody has to treat them nice.
So it's not black revolution, it's crack revolution. So I guess it's not black power, it's crack power. I see.
Right. They don't kill none of their own people selling that crack. They didn't kill none of their own people. They didn't destroy no homes selling none of that crack. Or are they just the victims? They just the victims? Is that what they saying? Sarnetta is just a victim? He never sold no crack to no woman with a baby in her stomach? Is that what Sarnetta is trying to play? He's trying to play.
He talked about the, you know, when he said banana boat N-word, and they say, oh, you banana boat mother. Oh,
his goddamn daddy came off the banana boat. His goddamn daddy came off the banana boat. How could he call someone a banana boat? His own father comes from the banana boat. What the hell is he talking about?
It's identity crisis. But if you listen to him, he was a victim.
That's what I mean.
He was
acting like a baby bitch. You know he's acting like a baby bitch.
The guy told him that he's bootlegging, got in his feeling, and called him all kind of names. But check this out, Brother Bennett, and everybody on the panel. See, No Name earlier wrote that Islam means peace. I told him, look, it means submission. So you have a lot of people,
you know,
when you correct them, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
The United States is trying to reserve peace in the world too. Got a problem with it? You know, anyone can say peace is what they're up to. China is out for peace. Look at them. They're the new peace bringers on the world. I mean, do you doubt that's what they're trying to bring? Do you doubt the United States is trying to bring peace? I mean, what is this? I mean, hey, I'm sure Islam is trying to bring peace, but everyone who's ever brought peace has not necessarily done right by everybody either. And, you know, so you could say whatever you are. It's not what you say you are. I don't give a damn what you say you are. I don't give a damn what you say you are. I give a damn what you do. And if you say you're a Muslim and you sell crack, if you say you're a Muslim and you're abusing women, if you're saying you're a Muslim and you will stand next to pedophiles, dude, fuck you. Fuck whatever your religion is.
Now, Brother La is on, but I would like you to use your webcam. Can you use a webcam, Brother La? Thank you. So, how do you feel about the God of the Bible being a bipolar mother effer, brother?
As soon as I get on, y'all just both get disrespectful. Like, come on, brother.
Oh no, I'm welcoming you, brother. Hold on. I mean, what's wrong, bro?
Yeah, hold on. He's saying I'm being disrespectful. Let me just play.
There's nothing special about you because you following some spook ass God, some God who we know is narcissistic, who's demonic, who's a goddamn liar, who's bipolar. The God of the Bible is a bipolar motherfucker.
So you're saying that Sa is disrespectful then? Because I was quoting him.
What I'm saying to you, brother, is this. First and foremost.
All right. Now, let's continue. No, we're gonna do something new, man. When you ask somebody a question, you ain't gonna let him just tell his life story, man. So we can get to the point, and go over there on SaaS platform, because apparently you don't have no problem with that.
I want to know if he's related to any of the people that enslaved our people. What group is he related to? Has he done a DNA check? That's what I want to know. And if he agrees with Tazariak's view of all Africans, But it's all right, bro. It's your panel. You good? I'm chilling.
Yeah. Now, well, he's here listening to us. You know what I'm saying? So, now, so no name. See, sometimes you correct people, and they want to find something to get back at you. So now it's like, if I'm in Hotep means I'm in satisfied, then Hagen Hotep means peace. And after that, it's going to say Hotep meaning peace is equivalent to saying Islam means peace, which the word peace will be a different word from Islam. So there's a difference between Islam and Salam. If you say Salam means peace, that is it. Okay, fine, we get it. Now it can be translated with that word in English, but and I'm talking about Salam as peace. Islam is different; it's submission. Now here, there's a private message. I presume it's Brother La, but I don't have time for this now. You made it clear, and I like what he said. I asked him, how does he feel about the God of the Bible being a bipolar mother effer? And he said, as soon as I get on, you being disrespectful. I played the clip that I was quoting, which is Sanetta. And when I go, so are you saying size is disrespectful? Oh, first of all, brother, groupies, grown men groupies, man. But anyway, now that he left, let me see. No problem if you don't want me to speak. Be good to you both. Brother, you're a groupie. You're a groupie. I quoted the dude. You said that I was being disrespectful. I played the dude. You couldn't say that what he said was wrong. You couldn't say you disagree with it, man. And you are a believer of the God of the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
I want him to come back, but I just want him to come back and answer your question first, and not divert into his question.
It's clear he would not do it. He's gonna go over there on that panel over there, and he can do whatever he wants. But at this point, come on, man. It's been a little while, and I'm gonna continue to be straight up. You know what I'm saying? You have some grown men, you ask them some simple question, man. Instead of just answering it, they want to go and tell a tale from the past. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. This is your God. That's the God of the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to keep it real. Have these grown men. The main thing that they talk about is their belief system, is their religion. They follow a religion or a way of life. And here we have somebody saying that their God, their supreme deity, is a bipolar mother effer on top of being demonic and a liar. And those guys, they cannot even defend their own God. You know what I'm saying? But the brother is back. Let's try again. Please use your webcam, brother. Please use your webcam. Let's try again. All right. So was Sa being disrespectful? I quoted Sa. I played it. Now, was he being disrespectful? You're on mute, brother. You're on mute, brother.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now because you unmuted yourself.
Okay, what I'm saying to you both, both of you brothers is this: as well as yourself.
What's Sa being disrespectful, brother? Sanetta, he said the God of the Bible is a bipolar.
Sanetta's a man.
All right, okay. Sanetta is a man. I get it, but I'm talking to you, not Sanetta.
He's not. Yeah. See, he's not understanding the fact that you're asking an important question. And your important question may not seem important to him, but it doesn't make it any less important than his question. You ask your question first. It's your panel. He is to submit first to your question in a respectful manner. And then it will submit to the fact that it's your panel. Submit to the fact that he's a guest on your panel. And when you come on a panel and the person whose panel it is asks you a question, it's polite to answer the question, and then you ask your own question. That's all. Your question is important. You're asking it for a reason. He shouldn't belittle that purpose. You see, and sidestepping it is belittling it. So I want him to just come back and get to it. Your question is simple, man. Was it disrespectful what Sanetta said? Yes or no? Then just ask the question. He can ask his own question after that.
Well, he's here. Okay, was it disrespectful what Senator said? Yes or no, brother?
To me, no, because Sanetta is not
All right. Okay. But when I quoted Sanetta, he said that I was disrespectful. You see, we all heard it, you know.
Exactly.
And that proves my point. That proves my point.
And the rules are the same for everybody. I mean, it's just like if somebody says Martin Luther King is a B word, right? And then you say it's not disrespectful that person said that. It won't matter to other people that don't agree with you. People are going to start calling you the B word too, because you don't think it's disrespectful to call people the B word, period. And you don't get to choose one person to the next. You see what I mean? You could always say, I disagree with Martin Luther King's practice. You don't have to say he's a B word. And the reason why I explain this is very simple. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they really were not that different when they were murdered. They gave up their lives. Which one of you brothers have given up your lives for what you believe in?
Let me just say the brother. You know, brother Law, you're off the panel. I see you. Other people don't see you. But we don't hear you because I see you've been talking. So I just want to let you know that we don't hear you. So, you know, you can save your energy. But, you know, if you want to continue to talk, it's all good. But just for your information, you know, no disrespect to you, but we don't hear you. But you need to acknowledge that you said that I was disrespectful. You had no problem saying that I was disrespectful. And the sad thing for you is that I was quoting Sanetta and I played him, but you couldn't say he was disrespectful. That double standard is amazing to me. But I'm mad at you. I'm used to it. Now, but we don't hear you, brother. I mean, actually, I don't even hear you myself. I can see you. I can see you talking, but I cannot hear what you're saying, you know, because you are not on the panel. But let me just finish with this brother here, no name. So when he asks if Amenhotep means, I'm sorry, when he says, okay, if Amenhotep means peace, means, my bad. If Amenhotep means Amen is satisfied, then how can Hotep means peace? Well, you know, in the English language, some people may say, well, I'm not happy about that. I wasn't happy about that, you know. Or they may say, I'm not satisfied about that. You know what I'm saying? They could be considered synonyms, you know, those two words. When you say happy and when you say satisfied, you see? Now, in the English language, I doubt that peace and submission can ever be synonyms. And I hope I answered your questions. But go ahead, Bennett, if you want to add on your.
I'm just going to say that, you know, it's really ironic because none of these brothers have ever died for anything they believe in. Malcolm X died for what he believed in. Martin Luther King died for what he believed in. So I'm not getting how they're better than either one of them. You know, you don't have to agree, but you have to understand that you haven't put your life up for other people yet. You have not done that. So you should be willing to defend those that have, regardless if you agree 100% with their tactic. You know, I don't have to agree with a person 100% to see that they're a man deserving of respect. But if we're going to remove that, then that means a lot of people deserve no respect, including the people I don't agree with. So we have to decide what kind of world we want to live in. If we want to live in a world that has some basic rules of respect, or we want to live in a world where if I don't agree with you, then I get to kill you. I get to destroy you with no respect. I get to use any means at my disposal to remove you from the planet, because that is what no respect means. So Martin Luther King didn't do that to Malcolm X. He didn't say, let me use every dirty tactic against Malcolm X because I don't agree with him. Malcolm X did not do that to Martin Luther King. So why would you do that to others? Why would we use the language that that removes that kind of sensibility from this? You know, so I'm just like, I don't understand it. I think these guys make up a lot of excuses. They try to make separate rules for other people than they make for themselves. They try to paint themselves as being different whenever they don't agree. Like, for example, you, Shaka, if they don't agree with you, then all of a sudden it's because you're French. Really, it's not because you're French. It's really because you put it down straight. When they try to point the broad brush against all Africans and say that they're all Africans, Tazariak doesn't like Africans because they enslaved our people, or what they did to our people. Tazariak doesn't prove that he wasn't one of those Africans that did that. He won't take a DNA test. He wants to hide under the veil of innocence when he may be a perpetrator.
You know, regarding what you just said, Brother Bennett, they are okay with Martin Luther King be labeled the B word. You talked earlier about people who used to sell drugs, destroying the community. More than once, some people who did time for all sorts of crimes, including drugs, were invited and respected. They were not labeled the B word, even though they have contributed to destruction of the community. And as we have seen, we have several people who have been convicted in the court of law for child molestation, for raping underage girls. For strange reason, those guys are not labeled the B word. So they're going to put a rapist of a child over Martin Luther King, over some differences in ideology. This is amazing. And MLK is no longer alive. So that punk scam nature, sorry. Scam cheddar, rather. I prefer to say scam cheddar. I don't even know why he carries that name anyway. Yeah, probably he's going to do like a formerly, the one formerly known as Brother Onk, because now he's not using Onk anymore. He's using Bobby Banger. So probably we will see Scam Cheddar coming up with some different type of name. You know, I have an idea what kind of name it may be, but you know, we'll see. If we use some terms towards him that he doesn't like, for example, Butler Reggie, I said that he's a beggar. And we all know that he's a beggar. He's begging even when he's not a guest. Keeps asking people to send him cash apps. He has a cash app as his username at the bottom. And Scam Cheddar takes issues at that. So he's going to go out of his way and call people all kind of name. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to go act like a baby.
Yeah, act like a baby, you know. What if he was dead? Somebody labels him the B word. How would his family feel? How do they think the family of Dr. Martin Luther King feel when they hear that? When they see that we have this grown man. Tazariak said that he financially supported the ISUPK member who went to prison because he was found guilty of child molestation. That guy is not labeled the B word, you know. And really, at least we have that documented, you know. Because once again, during the weighing, he was acting like, yeah, they have ICPK in Africa, you know what I'm saying? And we heard how he tried to talk positively towards the brother Sekou. But unfortunately for him, Scam Cheddar did not edit his video properly. You can even only imagine how many other statements that Scam Cheddar has edited that we did not get to see. You understand what I'm saying? Just like we did not get to see in 2008/2009 when the Mighty Hebrew responded to my rebuttal of his claim of a painting showing Hebrews enslaved in ancient Egypt, you know, because that's how pseudo it was, you know. So just for the record,
as a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
And he said, as a people, you understand what I'm saying?
And now, look, you know, in case this dumb motherfucker doesn't know anything, Africans are not a people. There are many groups of people. Many nations, many languages, many tribes, many ethnicities, you know, many geographical points. Some come from the mountains, some come from the valleys, some come from the coastal areas, some come from the desert regions. This center, you know, this guy is a goddamn fool and he deserves no respect. You know, he's
I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, go ahead.
The words that he says are disrespectful to all people, and Hebrew Israelites should agree with that also. The words he shouts are disrespectful to Hebrew Israelites. Now, keep in mind, the only black Israelites are not these kooky ass ISUPK devil worshippers. There's some that really are like, you know, believe in something and don't have the need to go tearing down other people, and also don't go for fake African history to that degree that ISUPK does. But there's many that aren't anti-African and anti-black like ISUPK is. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, brother. But they're all copying for each other. You know what I'm saying? They won't. I mean, it's amazing how they won't even acknowledge when they are wrong. I mean, the guy just basically made up some attestation for Moses in Maria and hieroglyphic, and nobody calls him up on that. You know what I'm saying? Not even the Punksa, scam cheddar. Now here, the brother Piso, Yahawada, the Yashara wrote.
What does his mama call him? What does his mama call him? Isn't that much easier? What's his mama call him?
He has the right to choose whatever name he wants.
I can't say all of that. Haka waka da, mihuki waka daka. It's like, come on, man. Get real, man. Why do I have to address you like that? Why do I have to address you? I don't want your phony name. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't want your phony name. I don't want something that's not on your record, your actual ID, your driver's license, your national ID from whatever country you're from. Just give me the thing you give everybody else. Don't give me the bullshit. Okay?
But that looks like the Ibanic.
It's a phony name. It's a phony name. Let's just call it what it is. It's not his real name. It's a phony name. If I gave you a non-real name, it would be called a phony name too. This is his phony name. And see, there's nothing wrong with a short phony name, but a long one with a last phony name too, it's like, come on.
Well, he's saying just prove a civilization in Congo before 1400s. He's from the Congo, but he apparently is of the belief that there was no civilization in the Congo before the 1400s.
He's from the Congo and he's not, all in one statement. I mean, come on.
Hey, Sister Andrea Burnett, how you doing?
I'm doing well, gentlemen. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're chilling.
I'm doing good, sister. I'm just short of the nonsense today. I just,
Yeah. It's just unfortunate that, people feel they still have a need to come out here and defend another man. Everybody's accountable for the stuff that comes out of their mouth. And it's nobody's place to come in here and try to defend, especially a person who's still living. A person, on the other hand, who is not, who they don't have any problem disrespecting. I mean, that speaks to somebody's character in a real big way. I mean, because would you say that to that person's face? I don't think so. I mean, we could talk a big game. People could talk all the stuff they want to talk now that somebody's not in the world to defend themselves. But that just shows the character of that person. It shows their integrity, and it's unfortunate. Look, at the end of the day, I don't care where anybody in Black people go in this world. When people see you, they see you as a Black man or as a Black woman, and there's nothing you can do to change that. And you are not going to be able to define who is Black. And these Hebrew Israelites who keep trying to define who's African and who isn't. Who are you to say that in anybody else's eye? That's who you are too. You are African and somebody else. And it's just a shame that we're constantly. They spend so much time looking in that rearview mirror, and that's why they're running into all these obstacles and stuff, because they can't keep their eye focused on where we're supposed to be going instead of where we've already been, because they keep trying to go back there and dig up them damn whatever the hell is back there that has not proven them to help them in one iota. You're having children today who are being molested and raped by people in your organizations. You Hebrew Israelites who have the audacity to come and say something else about anything that anybody else is saying. In your own organizations, your people are being molested and raped. And you have the nerve to talk about somebody else not being, we can't help you because you're African. Are you kidding me? You're looking at African in the face every day, and you want to come on and talk about somebody else and who you're not going to serve and who you're not going to do this for or whatever. You better hope to your God that if anything happens to you, that whoever that young man is doesn't have the same attitude towards you that you have in him if you need some assistance, because you could be unconscious and not know who's helping you. And you need to be careful of how you speak to other people, because you don't know. Even your Bible says, especially if you believe in the New Testament, be careful how you entertain angels, because you could be strangers, because you could be entertaining angels unaware. That's in your scripture. You better be careful. You guys better stop this trying to point the finger at everybody else and trying to put down everybody that looks like you, because I could be one of those Africans who enslaved your people, and you don't know that, but I could be. But you don't know that, but I could be. So what you're gonna do. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So you might as well label all of us that to make yourself feel better. You might as well label all of us who don't fit into your religious mindset. Label all of us that so you can feel good about yourself. And now what you gonna do about it? You gonna kill us all? What you gonna do? You gonna try to come rape us all? What you gonna do? That's the question you need to ask yourself. You put all this out here. We ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna do that. What you gonna do if all of us say, yeah, we're those Africans? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's the question I have. What you gonna do?
Yeah, we have Ching Ching and Killer B.
Hey, peace to Killer B, my man Bennett. Peace to the strongest sister on the platform, and my man Shaka. I mean, y'all, we don't let them, none of them let y'all get rattled over here. We making noise. Just look at the bigger picture. You going after somebody that's saying your name, that he got to make a whole live about you. If you wasn't doing nothing, Shaka, he wouldn't be mentioning your name. So you pinching them. It's hurting them. That's why he up there mad and saying all the lies and spinning narratives he got to do. Like I told you before, just stay on your narrative, make your content, play with these guys are saying, and don't get rattled, because you know he gonna come with lies and try to act like we people over here a bunch of fools. See, he want the fools to think we fools, but they really the fools over there. You know what I'm saying? We over here with our own mind, our own brains. We don't gotta go with the crowd. We don't gotta be accepted by people that's with the filth. I mean, that's what they don't like, people that stand up to their self. Like I said, these guys' days is coming. It's just a matter of time. It's just they got a bunch of filth following them. They got a bunch of people with, I say, is attention. I think these people, like me in high school, I wasn't popular in the 9th grade. You know why? Because I was learning from the 11th graders. I seen how the 11th and 12th graders was moving. I'm like, damn, I like that swag. I like how they move. Then when I got to the 10th, I learned some more. But when I got to the 11th and 12th, I had my swag. You know what I'm saying? So it's about these people. I don't think they really never had no attention in real life. It's like on the internet. They want to run the sun at a panel and be something. You got to see how these people be up there talking. Like that dude, his name, what is his name? The dude with them cartoon things be on there, Shotgun.
Which guy, brother? Which guy you talking about?
The one that be having the cartoon pictures with fire coming out his head and out his face and stuff.
Oh, well, I don't even want to say his name. You know, when he's live streaming, he has like 8 people watching. So
yeah, he was on that yesterday, just kept talking. People in the chat were like, please just shut up, brother. Like, you just want to, he want to be smart about everything. If you say a banana, the banana is yellow and you got to peel it back and you have, like, God damn, bro, you ain't smart about everything, man. This shit is sickening. How these people think they smart about every damn thing.
Yeah. He's a no life. He has no life. So some people are like that. You know, them being on our platform are xenophobic and disrespectful towards, you know, so many people, even when they have passed away, and contributed towards black folks. You know what I'm saying? I can understand that people disagree with the method of Dr. Martin Luther King, but that brought results. You know what I'm saying? But those guys, you know, defending child molesters, you know what I'm saying? They feel like it's more respectable to cap for that. It's on them. But, you know, once again, to my knowledge, on YouTube, there's only one channel that invite and respect convicted rapists of children, and that is the House of Conscious Mess. So all those guys who did that, whether they were found guilty in the court of law or not, they feel comfortable being over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're gonna talk about
sense of manhood is twisted. Their sense of manhood is twisted.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Ching Ching.
No, he trying to mix the narratives up. My bad. Talk about something new. Talk about something in France. We on the internet. He ain't got to talk about nothing in France. He people everywhere. He trying to spin narrative talk about the new case. Like you niggas ain't. It is a new case. Y'all niggas gonna spin that narrative. Everything we say, y'all gonna spin the narrative.
Yeah, Bambada is a new case, brother Ching.
Yeah, that's why that's why I sometimes stay off, because I be wanting to just slap a couple of these dudes, because they be really talking like, yo, people stupid, and them people over there just be really agreeing. Yeah, Son Netta, you the best. Son Netta ain't nothing but a short Dominican dope fiend. That's all he is, and a swindler. Son Netta don't like black Americans. I don't like to go like that, because I know people got different nationalities. Son Netta don't like black Americans. For one, he didn't grow up around them. New York is not a place where there's a lot of black Americans at. That's a place where a lot of nationalities at. You can tell by his attitudes his cousin even minted it on his platform, 10 toes down. He Dominican. He was like, "You black people, y'all so ugly," and this. So I'm like, "Huh? I thought you was black, bro." And they just, when they get mad and they don't get what they want, you see their true colors. And I mean, I don't got nothing against nobody, but I'm from Baltimore and I grew up around black African people, Afro people all my life, and that's all I know. So that's what it is. I can't change that.
Ching. Check this out. They try to say like that because Shaka is not in the U.S. that he can't be a part of the conversation.
And then narrative.
And then check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Then they try to say imply the same thing about me. Since I'm living in Copenhagen, like somehow that means I don't know anything about this. But check this out. When I was living in my home country, in my hometown, Washington, D.C., right? Grew up there, lived there until I was 30, right? Now check this out. I had a couple of cool Nigerian brothers that we used to hang out because I used to be a DJ down there. So I knew a lot of cats. And so I was meeting people from all over that come into the country. But cats from my own neighborhood were the ones that worked with me when I went out and played because I knew, they knew what was up.
Yeah, it's not like that in the real world. It's only the internet. It's only the internet.
Hold on. Now check this out. So I'm up in the brother's place, right? I'm up in the brother's place, the Nigerian brother's place. He got a nice spot, condo up in Georgetown, right? Now check this out. He had another Nigerian brother that was there. A lot of us used to come around, a couple from Tobago, a Trinidadian brother, another one from Uganda. We used to all link up in a spot, right? And kick it at night sometimes, right? Now, one day we was talking about revolution. And I said to the Nigerian brother, the other Nigerian brother, I said, if you Africans don't stop fighting each other, then a man is going to come in and take all of that shit. And then one of the Nigerian brothers got angry, and he was like a 6'5". He was thick. He played basketball for GW, and he was a little pissed off about that. He was irate about it, but they cooled him down and stopped it. Now, was my comment right or was it wrong? I had never been to Africa when I made that statement, but was that statement right or was that statement wrong?
Yeah,
the statement was right.
It's only like that on the internet.
Look, the statement was right. The statement was right, even though I didn't grow up in the continent. The statement was right, and they understood it as being right. So this is what they're trying to do with Shaka. They're trying to flip it around and make it seem like what he says is not right.
Yeah. That's a weak talking point, Bennett. That's a weak talking point, bro. Like people, the majority of the world, they don't move like that, bro. Just these little idiots running their mouth because they don't have nothing else to talk about on Shaka. They don't have no dirt. So they have to pick any point. They fight amongst each other too. So don't let these little idiots with their weak talking point make you. When niggas meet each other in the world, they don't be like, that's an African, that's a Jamaican. We don't be like, what up, my nigga?
Exactly.
And then when you talk, he be song certain where you like, oh shoot, where you from? That's how it go. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's a way.
Yeah, it's only on the internet. In the real world,
like I was telling you. This stupid, you know what I mean? Everybody putting her on blast because everybody, like I said, everybody know these people character, bro. None of them ain't worth nothing. They all the same. They all disrespect each other.
Check this out.
Run behind and hold on, let me finish, bro.
Yeah.
Run behind and talk behind each other back. And just like this idiot Napa, like she really, so you see what I mean? They make her head so big because, and she wasn't even disrespecting Sanetta, disrespecting the women them on his panel, like trying to clown them. Like what did he do when I leave? Who's those women? Yeah, like try and crack joke on them, talking about JJ, even JJ and Black Minister over there on JJ panel airing her out. Sister Nina air her out early this morning. I mean in the worst way. And she's still a Hebrew. That's why she don't go at these Hebrew molesters and pedophiles. Because she's still indoctrinated in that thing. But this woman actually thinks she's some kind of philosopher or some kind of historian or something. I want to know where her degree's at, whoever told her that. Because she made some comment like, yeah, the real debater is back and all kind of. But anyway, she just came back and everybody cussing her out. You know what I mean? Because she just want to talk like she's somebody and try to put people down. And I'm like, yeah, bro, it's about time that people expose them for who they are. Like this girl has some, like Shaka Atmos say, mental issues. That's what's running the black community. Mental issues.
Yeah.
So
It is
the
never
majority
addressed.
of the world, these people are not even considered nobody in the eyes of who. Just like I tell Shaka, it's freedom of speech. They could curse MLK all they want, but they ain't nobody. People do that all the time. If there was somebody, they would make news. They would be on 2 o'clock news. Real talk. Any politician, anybody that have any kind of position or standard, they can't just come out and say that because they have something to lose. You see what I'm saying? These black people never stand for nothing. They never fight for nothing. They speaking on a man that was somewhat a genius in college at 15 years old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to bring out some stuff, but people just speaking out their ass, you know what I mean? Straight up. And they would never be able to fit people like Martin Luther King's shoes. Matter of fact, because of people like him, they have the opportunities and freedom they have today. But they would never understand that, you know what I mean? Because they're so ignorant. If you put them back in slavery today, these are the same ones that's going to clean the master house and pick the fields. They ain't going to fight no revolution. That's why it's easy for them to accept the doctrines that the white men give them. You know what I mean? Because those are the ones that would accept it, not the ones that would rebel. So in saying that, people so ignorant, they like to talk about Martin Luther King. The man was only 33 years old. Look at these 60-year-old men. Look at how what have they accomplished? What history are they going down in?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't like, just use your common sense. You know what I mean? That's why like I don't even have time to waste on these characters. If it ain't something important, paperwork, factual, like I could care less, bro, because everybody know these people ain't shit. And whoever wanna be with them, they ain't shit neither. That's why they accept it. And that's what it's all ever going to be. You know what I mean? HOK is not nothing in the world. Period. It's just a little community that have freedom of speech. That's what it's called. In certain countries, they wouldn't even be able to talk so. But then in America, so they feel privileged. That's why they just try to talk down on all other blacks. Like all other blacks don't have houses, don't have homes, don't have vehicles, don't have roads. Everywhere you go, it has civilization. Y'all ain't no different. Black people all over the world going through racism. Y'all ain't no different. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's just like I told you. These people are pathetic. And the other thing, I don't know. We need to find out her real name, because that would, like I say, when it comes to the paperwork and information, I'm all willing to talk about it. But Sister Nina was talking about, I don't know if she was a nanny or whatever she was, looking after children, and it had some accusations against her for touching children. And then some guy was in the chat like, yeah, they had an article on it and all kind of whop. I'm like, I need to find that article.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I need to find an article as well if that does exist.
we need to find out her real name.
But Brother Young Hero, actually, was it on Sister Nandy's channel that they talked about that?
Well, she did I don't know if it's still on Judah Nazareth. It was on his channel, but she did a quick thing on her channel, but I think she take it down because she don't want them to. Yeah, look, you know, they talk loud, but they always trying to get you copyright claim.
Well,
so I don't know
about me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still on Judah Nas channel, because she probably gonna beg him to take it down too.
Okay. Beef 2 Nepal versus Sister Nandy. Okay, I'm gonna download that one then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's crazy, man. That girl, she was just showing her ass. Shaka, the things that were coming out her mouth, you know, like she was drunk. She was drunk, obviously, because she was just there for hours. I mean, they were talking bad about the woman. Then when the woman come and start telling her about herself, and she quiet, she can't have nothing to say. Then when the woman leave, she back running her mouth about the woman, all kind of ridiculous thing about she take on her private part. I mean, just ridiculous, you know. And the woman keep asking her when last she got an AIDS test. She can't answer. because the woman telling her, I will bring my paperwork right now, you know? Where your paperwork? She couldn't respond, so she in her feelings now, you know? Because the same man don't tell everybody his private part sick, you know? He got for over 4 different doctors, so yeah.
Young Heru on it. Young Heru doing his research. That's what I'm talking about.
I know. That's why I ain't just coming up here to spill the same nonsense. I'm trying to get some new content, you know, to let it out on them. Because they going around trying to portray that they're something that they're not. That's the worst part about it, bro. Like,
right,
you know
and we got strong.
Yeah,
we got strong sister over here. When she see men talking, she be quiet. She listen, then she talk over there in the pub.
That's another thing too. Like, you know, all of them biting their tongue. I just went on Sister Nandi, and too, she had another one with she and Sister Noble when they were gaying at Napa. You know what I mean? No, Napa back Sister Noble, they're kissing ass, trying to protect Sanetta. And even Sister Noble so said it. She don't care none about Sanetta and none of them. Guess what? Just like I told you, what she said. I'm only doing this to promote my book. She said it like 3-4 times. I'm only doing all of so you should. That's why they sucking up.
Yeah, so but Sonetta, the one that came out on Sister Noble and told him she was calling him saying she got a tight cootie cat. Like, this nigga is crazy.
Yeah. And Sister Noble said he lied. She never told him that. This is why I'm telling you. I just saw the post with she and Nandi like a year ago. So that was probably a lie too, because some dude that Sister Noble used to mess with made some video on her and talking about her. You check? So yeah, so Sanetta was like, yeah. Then so Napa exposed the fact that that's what Sanetta say Noble said, but it was the dude that used to mess with her that said all these things and all kind of talk. You know what I mean? But now she acting like everything good. She picking problems with people like me to protect the same one that call her B word. Like, bro, it's just they pathetic, bro.
But hold on, Young Hero. Let me get this straight.
Get it straight, Saka. Get it straight.
Did Scam Cheddar said live on air that a sister sent him a message saying that her kitty cat is tight? Is that what happened?
Well, Napa said that. That
on air, live
Sister
on air.
Noble told Sanetta that. But
so, and Napa said that live on air?
I can't, she said, I can't remember where she said she said it on. You know, so I don't know which show it was on Napa show or whoever show when they was going at it. You know how they are, Shaka. They probably delete 100 videos in the last year already. But I'm saying, she said that. And it was a big thing between she, Sanetta, and Napa, because Napa the one that say brought it out to the public. So Sanetta was making it seem like Sister Noble was trying to get at him. You know what I mean? So all them women telling Napa, you so stupid. They know Sanetta for over 9-10 years. Not one of them been in his bed. And Sister Noble was telling her, I don't sleep with married men and this and that. You know, so it's just showing her that she's stuck on stupid and she the only one that chasing grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Because all these women knew him way before her, so they could have been have him. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of talk about she and eating food. I don't want to go, bro. Trust me. Hold on. It's
so good. Now, who said that a lady was eating, the kitty? Who said that?
Sister Nandi said Napa and Cynthia and all kind of
Cynthia,
all kind of swinging talk and all kind of nasty talk, my boy.
Okay. Now, if somebody can help me out, because Judonai's video is 10 hours long. So if somebody can give me some
you're gonna have to go through it, and I don't know if the one that Sister Nina put up still there, because it's like 2 hours. So she was getting to the certain parts, but it's longer.
Hold on. I think maybe we're not talking about the same sister, because I thought it was Sister Nandi, but you're saying it's Sister Nina. So
that's Nandi, it's Nandi.
Nandi. Okay, Nandi. But I'm on. Maybe it's no longer there. Let me show you.
Yeah, she might have took it down.
This is her page here. So you have a live stream that was like 19 hours ago. Now the title says Trump and so on.
No, that's not it.
Oh, so it's been removed probably.
Yeah, she probably moved it because it looked like they've been trying to flag her. So it might be on Judah Naz on still.
Yeah, they was beefing on.
Say.
Yeah, they was beefing on Judah Naz. Her and Nepal heard it. They was going back and forth at each other. Like Nepal, all them people crazy over there, man. It's just like son that I told you they was running when before Polite caught them allegations. Polite, Nepal, all of them, they was running sex cults, man. They was meeting up in Miami with Polite. Even the dude, what's the dark skin Hebrew dude? Zion Lex, all of them was, remember they had that debate about the rape, and when them two women was when Zion Lex and Polite had a little debate on the couches about rape, and them girls was crying.
Yeah.
They was in them hotels. I'm telling you, they was down there having sex. Look what Polite in that party, that sex party he had, that's on camera. They was going down Miami having sex parties. It's a sex cult over there. It's a sex cult, and it's a child predator ring over there, man.
But Chiching, I'm sorry, Chiching. You know the other girl that was next to Polite?
I know.
Apparently,
that was on the dog chain.
Yeah, that's the mother of the because But go ahead, Chiching.
Yeah, the one that's on the Doug chain, that's the girl mother. That's for the rape. And when they was going out of town, because Sonetta was just out of Florida. That's why he hauled ass back up here when he heard about that arrest. He been knew Polite was got arrested. That's why if you ever look at his first video, he was like, when somebody said it in the chat, he looked like, oh man, what happened? He been knew what happened. That's why he hauled ass home, because he ain't want to be down there with that shit. He got away from Polite. He was just down there with Polite.
It's funny what the name is, what Texas Bama said about polygamy, because I heard Sister Nandi was talking about something like that. So that girl Napa, man, she
why you think they push polygamy? That's why they push it. Because
and you know what's so funny, bro? I don't know if it's a fact, but she probably is right, because them body parts on her look like silicone. And
they fake.
She was saying all that is fake, bro. And I was like, when I look at it, it do look fake, and all kind of polygamy, whatever they call it, but
polygamy.
So that girl, I don't get people. Number one, they try to act like looks is everything. Like you could be the beauty if you nasty, if you are running wrong, if you loose. When a man jump in, he just dive in an ocean. Nobody don't want that. You could be the prettiest thing, and I've been there. What the sexiest thing, you know what I mean? Stop laughing, Shaka, in my young age. I was like, damn, I ain't never had, you know what I mean? I get up in that thing, man. I can't catch nothing, Shaka. That was like, wow. So women like to act like because they think
that's how you can tell. You could tell Nepal stuck back in the day because she pushed that pretty shit. Nobody don't worry about that shit no more.
Stupid for you that age.
Kelly Bundy.
You don't know what you're getting.
Girl on her looks.
Right, Kelly Bundy.
You trash. It don't matter how good you think you look. If you crazy in the head, if you say stupid things, if you don't smell right, no man don't want that. That's why, like even Sanetta said it. What these Hebrews do, they bang on each other wives, bro. You know what I mean? So he know about it because he slipping with one of them that been going wrong. Whether it's JJ, Sotomayor, you name it, she been all around. So they bang each other wives. So Sanetta is a low-key Hebrew. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So this girl have her dirt all out in the open, in the atmosphere, and she still like to come and stick her chest out like she's somebody. Like, go run and hide somewhere, man. Go under a rock. Because go take care of your children. You know what I'm saying? Don't make no damn sense, bro. Why she doing all of this, right? She mentioned it on every platform. She looking for debate. She broke. She was basically begging Judah Naz for debate, bro. She apologizing and kissing everybody butt because she won debates.
Yeah, remember she hid her face. She was trying to holler at Tariq Nasheed. She jumped on his panel and she was like, Tariq, how you make your money, Tariq? He was like, who is this, a man? She hid her identity. She was trying to go at the Tariq. She was trying to go at the Tommy. She was trying to go at all the big podcasters at one time. and find her a big man with a big platform so she can do her thing and flaunt her little nasty nitwit self around. All right, and then she be on there doing them fucking like she a witch and all this old crazy stuff. Like these people crazy.
Yeah, some guy was pressing her about some crystal ball and some other thing, and she tried to deny it. But later on, she come and talking about she got crystal ball and then she tried to disrespect voodoo, but then she take it back because she noticed voodoo Haitian. Like this girl just all over the place, bro. Stupidity. You could anybody with any kind of strong voice that know how to speak could draw her in. She's one of them. You just make her believe you, and you got her. And the number one thing is doctrine, because she's stuck on stupid, and she swears she intelligent or something. I'm like, you need to bring your ass back to earth because you gone in space somewhere, man. None of these things this woman that be talking about, she could prove it. You know what I mean? She's the most pseudo of them all, if anything.
And if people ever know the timestamp where I can hear, the most, let's say the most important info or revelation, please let me know, because Judonai's live stream is 10 hours long. And
you gotta look for it, Shaka. You gotta start being like Young Heru, man. You gotta start doing your investigation, man. That's why Sonetta keep trying to fuck with you, because he think you soft. He think you one of them ones ain't gonna keep giving him no pushback. Cause you ever see his words, everybody else he tried to get to that was fucking with him, he know he can't fuck with you. That's why he like, you in France, can't nobody get to you. Cause everybody else that was going at him, he was trying to send threats at, send certain shit at. So he think you soft, and the way you talk, and you ain't gonna be real arrogant and nasty with him. So he think he gonna come at you. No, you gotta go at his ass, man. Tell his ass how he is. He a dope fiend. Show his picture of him high on the panel, and he up there scratching his chin every 5 minutes and just shaking his head. That nigga already know what's up, little short fuck. I can't wait till I see him. I'm gonna hit him right with a knee. I'm gonna uppercut his ass.
But that picture that I've been showing of him, that really hurt him, because he had my video modified with some software, to make it look weird. So, and that Butler Reggie begging stuff also got through them, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't worried about the dude, he's go ahead.
The Jabari one got him in his feelings. You see, soon after you do that, he happened make a video and talking about he acting like Jabari's my daddy and trying to, like he was all in his feelings yesterday because he ain't have nothing to come back at you. So he had to make some phony video,
exactly,
and chop it up and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He's weak. He's defeated, and maybe Jabari gave him a call, say, "Hey, what's going on with this rapists, child molesters? This hate Africa." That probably behind the scenes they had some talk. So hey, he probably said, "Look, I got it." Like he probably told Reggie, Butler Reggie, "Yeah, I got it." You know what I'm saying? Butler Reggie is really in this feeling, but he's a beggar. He's
you gotta figure at the end of the day, Shaka, all them together, they from New York. It ain't like they only be on the internet together. They be in person with each other. So they not gonna go against each other for nobody. That's like Jabari. He ain't gonna say nothing to Sonetta. He gonna ride for him. He just gonna be quiet. He ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? He gonna give Sonetta that much respect, because he still gotta do what he gotta do on the side. He still gotta charge people 11,000 to go to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So he like, nah, I ain't messing my money up. I'm gonna just keep quiet, wait till it blow over, like what he did with Polite situation. You ain't see Jabari come out really and say nothing. He waited all that blow over, then he came back out. Hey guys, you want to learn something? I'm here. That man.
But you said 11,000. You mean 1,100 probably?
No, it was a joke.
Yeah. Well, but at least I know where he stands now. I know where Jabari stands, and I'm like, okay, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what's up with the trial. We're gonna see what's up with all these other things, because it's like it has imploded already. They're scared because they know stuff about each other, so they're checking each other out, to be on to be how do you say in the known, to be updated. Yeah. But it's gonna explode. It has imploded. It will explode. Yeah.
Even when JJ and Black Minister was having a discussion, guess who called JJ? Sonetta Clown. called JJ on the phone, and Black Jesus like, yes, Aneta, you got the invitation? You bringing Napa, you and Napa coming? He's like, no. Black Jesus was like, just stay tuned, because I don't want you to see I'm talking behind your back. You know, he gonna give it to him regardless if he come or not. So it's just showing that they don't want to face it. You know what I mean? They're gonna go on their platform and try to change the narrative and all kind of nonsense. That's what they do, man. So it is what it is. Like I told you, these people don't understand tomorrow they might be gone. So while they here wasting time trying to protect a lie, trying to live a lie, that's all it's all going to be, a lie. You know what I mean? So whoever want to do what they want to do, the same people that spending money on the debates, they're going to turn around and blame their work manager for not having enough money. You know, they're going to turn around.
Hey, check this out.
Egypt. Hold on, they're going to go around and go to Egypt with Jabari, but they could save that same money and 10 years later move to Africa permanently if they wanted to. So it's just like, it's all people prerogative and their priority. Whatever they into, that's up to them. But like I said, the majority is just a lie. People living a lie. They've been living a lie for 100 years, hundreds of years, and they're gonna keep living a lie. That whole Bible, that whole doctrines, all of them. I don't care which one it is. All of them is fairy tale, is myths, is lessons for you to carry yourself in everyday life. That's all it was meant to be. It's not meant for you to praise nothing and hope when you pass over, you meet this imaginary creator that you have conceived in your mind. But nature never produce itself as such, you know? So with that said, yeah, take it back.
Hey, bro, check this out. Sonetta said something about Shaka was trying to get Shaka almost to cancel the debate, but and then he made a reference.
He said he recorded the phone call.
He said he recorded the phone call. And then he said, yeah, but what about the people who paid for the tickets? He you know, to imply Shaka's not thinking about the people who paid for the tickets. But look, in the real world, when you sell a product and the product doesn't come out the way it's supposed to, or the product doesn't come out at all, you return the money to the people. That's not the problem. The problem is not. So his whole thing is like, you can see right there in his mind, not only did he not return the prior money from the last debate that didn't go exactly the way it was expected to go, when people asked, hey, can I get my money back? Now he's trying to just skip past the fact that, no, you that's just part of normal everyday business. You selling tickets for events. Sometimes the events don't happen and you get the money back. But you can see in his world, he don't give the money back. That's not the goal. That can never happen. You see, giving the money back never happens. He wants to try to pivot to Shaka like that's somehow Shaka's problem. You know, how much you can just give the money back. You didn't spend the money yet, did you? You got the money. You can change it up, or you could tell people we got a new debate. Those of you who want your money back, you can get your money back. And those of you that want to stay for the new debate, you can stay for the new debate, and more people can buy new tickets. But for him, it's just like, nope. What about the people who bought the tickets? You know, so it doesn't make, it's not adding up. You know, so not adding up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna get off. You know, young Heru. You know, I feel sorry. I almost bust out laughing. I feel sorry for you guys to a certain extent. I mean, you know, all these folks, you got men who like women now that y'all hardly can tell the difference between. Y'all better be real careful out the door, because it is not easy out there anymore. It's just, y'all got too much. It's too much. If you ain't got somebody, I would be afraid to jump in the waters, man, because you don't know what you're gonna drag back out that water. It's too much.
You got to be direct. You got to be direct.
You got to ask them all kind of, is that real? Are those real?
That's what I do.
Yeah, because
I mean, you have to.
Nandi was telling her, show everybody your feet. For some reason, because she said, yeah, I'll show them my feet right now. She said, when she saw her feet, y'all, I swear, I thought she was a man, all kind of top. Yeah, so it's funny you say that because she was calling out all kind of things. You know, who knows? But I'm just
Well, y'all be careful out there because it's the waters are treacherous. Y'all be careful out there because you ain't gonna know what you drag in. And I mean, because some of them look better than we do. I mean, they can put that makeup on and slap it together, and, you know, and claim they, you know, look like one of us. And I don't know how y'all figure that out. Because I mean, I don't know if there's a certain, you know, pheromone that we give off that, you know, for sure we're women, and, you know, we're real women and not the fake ones out there. Because there's this I feel bad for y'all. I really do, because it's just too much out there. I mean, you can holler about the feminists all you want to. You gotta hope you get your real feminist and not one of the other ones on the other side. I mean, y'all can holler, but y'all got your hands in some mess out there. But I'm gonna get off the panel and just say, you keep doing what you're doing, Shaka. I mean, V Bennett and Young Heru and Ching Ching and all these and all the people on the panel who believe in what you're doing. We're out here for a reason. When you brought I didn't even know about the Dalai Lama thing yesterday until you brought it up. So, because I got a grandson and all stuff that I'm not taking care of. I don't have time to be out there all the time like that. But that just shows you just how bad it is when you can do that in front of all these people on world platform, and you can ask a little boy to do something like that to you. I don't give a freaking crap how old you are. He should know better. As an elder, we keep talking about people who claim to be elders. He should know better. He should have known not to do something like that. But again, here we go, giving people room to keep doing it because people laughed. Like, how do you laugh in the face of a grown ass man asking a young boy to do that to him? That is just beyond the pale.
To suck his thumb.
I didn't want to say all that. You keep doing it, because I'm telling you, it is as small as the platform may seem to be. As they say, the animals know when it's time to run, right? When they know stuff's getting ready to happen, they move and they listen to the earth and hear what's going on. And there's people out here listening more than you might know. We don't know the extent of how many people out there who are listening to what you're saying. You keep doing what you're doing. And you got these two young guards on the side of you, and you got us elders out here to help keep you in line a little bit. Heru does a good job of trying to help you stay in line and not allow these other people to get on your nerves. But I mean, I get that. I hear the frustration in his voice sometimes. I hear it in his voice sometimes, like, Shaka, stop it. Stop going out there. Don't post this. Don't do that. Leave those people alone. I can hear it in his voice. I can hear it. Yeah. I can see it in his chats to you. Stop about the old stuff, because he keeps saying we've heard that 100 times. Let's hear it. So the Dalai Lama was a new thing yesterday. Keep doing what you're doing. The waters are vibrating, and people are feeling it. They're feeling it, and hopefully it'll be enough to wake us up and do what's necessary to stop all this nonsense. You gentlemen have a good one.
Thank you,
sister.
Thank you.
Hey, yo, check this out. He's going to have Tazariak on that panel making those statements, right? But he never challenged Tazariak himself. So that's the problem here. And Sonetta has to stop taking the position that he knows things, but he doesn't talk about it. If you know stuff, you're supposed to bring it up when someone says something stupid. That's the whole point of your media, edutainment, right? So he could have easily pointed out to Tazariak. He could have easily said, well, Tazariak, how do you know you're not related to one of those groups that enslaved African Americans? He could have asked him himself. That's a basic question. He could have, because many are. Because why do we know that? Because we know the history of slavery. Different groups were at war with each other, and some groups started selling their prisoners to the Europeans. And then the other group said, oh, you can do that? Well, guess what we're going to do? We'll do the same. If you're going to do that to our prisoners, we will do that to yours. That's what happened. You see what I mean? And now hold on. And he could call Tazariak on that factual history, and he could make Tazariak prove that he's not related to any of those groups that did it to his own people, since he keeps bringing it up like that. But punk ass Sa Neter refuses to be a man. He's a bitch.
Like the man said, Bennett, the man could say who he want, love who he want, Bennett. The man, let the man, if that's, like I told you, the only narrative they have for that is that stupid book.
He's an intellectual bitch. Basically.
Yeah, there's nowhere in history to prove that fact, that these people are anything but African. Regardless, the only way they have to prove these things is so-called DNA, which I am still doubtful about, but I don't have to go that far.
You know what it is? Because the DNA
shows me that, phenotype shows me that.
Right. But history shows you that.
Show us that. Yeah, history shows you that. Exactly. So I don't even have to go that far. So it's just showing you that these people are only making these claims based off the European book. That's it. He don't have nothing he could back it up with. He don't have no classified information to prove that he's some kind of Hebrew or he separate from the motherland. If anything, it's going to prove that he's a direct what do you call it?
He's one of them, just like the rest. He's claiming to be different than the rest of them. He's pointing the finger at when he can point it at himself.
Yeah, you could tell he has European blood in him. Look at how he looks. Before you know it, he almost had straight hair and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he definitely.
You could tell he confused, just like something this retarded guy said. There's the same one. Shaka say he don't want to call his name, and it's true. I believe in history more than these idiots every more, because they keep proving history right. They the guy gonna say, I don't know who he was talking to, but he was talking to black people as more the dark-skinned ones, because the guy gonna say, you don't know what I guess he feel like he's one of those mix, you know. You don't know what the light skin, the mix have done for you niggas and this and all kind of crap. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy?
He's a self-hating
bro. You know, regardless of what, we were all in the same pot, right? Light brown, caramel, dark brown, chocolate, dark. No matter, you were still a nigga, just like today you still a nigga. You see what I'm saying? I just tell you, see what freedom and integration get these people? That's what Martin Luther King was talking about, burning building. This is the building. These black people mentality. They got a little freedom, and you see what they do with it? You know what I mean? The people back then I was fighting for something had an agenda. That's why from even 1800s to 1900s, they've been taking out African leaders, the real ones, across the globe, not just in America, not just in Africa, all over, Caribbean, Haiti, wherever. The people, the black men that stand up, and they knew what they had to do in order to move their people forward. The European would come and kill them, or they would turn their people against them. So they kill them, and as soon as they die, they give the same people them the position they had. And then the people them open up the doors for them to come and do what they want. And that's what's been going on with Gaddafi, with all these black African leaders. So people don't get it, like, you know what I mean? People that act like because they have the freedom now, they are allowed to speak like they're better than somebody else. Like, yeah, it's pathetic talking points, if you ask me.
Complete pathetic talking points.
And
you know,
like I said, yeah, the guy like to talk like he's intelligent or smart, and he just speaking straight up of ignorance. He don't listen to nobody, and nobody don't listen to him, and they have every right to, because he can't even speak in proper manners, you know. Yeah, and then, like, I don't know, bro, and they have the right to feel like somebody's supposed to listen to them. That's the most pathetic part about it.
That's where, I mean, the intellectual bitchiness is at, because, you know, they sit there and listen to silly statements people making, and no one ever challenges them intellectually on it. And it's so basic to challenge. And see, that's why, you know, Sa Neter can't claim it's an accident. You know, he can't claim that it's like that by chance. He knows that it's the way it is on purpose. He's purposely a part of it. and watching it happen. And the only claim he could make, if it's not purposeful, is that he's so whacked up on drugs and so ignorant that he just don't mean it. But if he wants an intellectual smackdown, if that's what he's looking for, then why don't he stop running from
He's
Shaka?
not intellectual. He has no intelligence, Bennett. You know what I mean? Everybody have to come speak for him. He wouldn't even face Apostle, and Apostle is one of the easiest to face. Not saying that because Apostle know his shit, like he know his book. You know what I mean? He might not know a lot, but he knows one thing. He knows his book. So he wouldn't even face Apostle, much less. I mean, come on, man. Like let's stop it. This guy only knowing few verses in the book that Napa keep reciting to him. That's all he knew.
Well, Apostle offered to pay him $100, and then to pay it off, Scam Cheddar said, "Oh, that's just lunch." And then he said, "Okay, put up 500." You know.
Yeah.
Greedy.
And one more thing I want to say too: people need to don't get it twisted, because, matter of fact, the majority of the so-called black leaders, especially in America, but that's all over the globe, the majority of them is the white man that put them there. That's why things are the way they are for black people. It has certain places, the leaders, their family, their congregation, all of them living good. But right across the street is people living in poverty. You know what I mean? And it's the same way everywhere in the world. So all these so-called black leaders that you see in position that didn't have to fight for it, the white man put them there, and they're not going to do nothing for you. They're the sellouts. All these Farrakhan and Jesse and Shapton and all these people you see in their tight and their suit and tie, and you think they're your leader. They're not your leader. They just play in their position. They're going to live wealthy. They're going to die and leave their family money, and that's it. They wasn't meant to do nothing for you as a whole. They were just here to keep things in order, make you think that you guys are progressing somewhere. You know what I mean? And that's what it is, because if they didn't have to kill the real leaders, if they kill the real leaders, that means something was up. You know what I mean? And the majority of the time, it always had somebody in position before the characters they put in position after they died. You know what I mean? So it's just showing people like all these Farrakhan's and all these characters you following, they only lead in their circle. They don't care about people as a whole. That's why they even the speech that Shaka playing when Farrakhan disrespecting his own mother and father and talking about our hair and our features and how we got ugly and all kind of. Martin Luther King have a speech that's directly opposite to that. You know what I'm saying? It's opposite to what Farrakhan was saying. So I just trying to show people like these false leaders is who has been in place for over 50, 60 years. Because the ones that would stand up for who they are, they kill them, they got them out the way, arrest, they hit them with some charge, they embarrass their name so they could go away. And that's how it's been going. And that's how it's going to keep going if black people don't stand up for each other, don't stop selling each other out for money. You know what I mean? And that's what the so-called conscious community doing. They selling their people out for money.
And stop trying to make enemies.
And straight out their mouth, like Sister Noble say, all she cared about was selling her book and promoting her work. So now you know why they kissing ass.
And stop trying to make enemies of innocent people. You know, how you going to just blanket a whole group of people as your enemies? I mean, that right there is just ridiculous, because most people are just the same, including African people. They just want to survive, want to progress. If they see an opportunity that fits their moral standards and their ideals, then they're going to take it just like anybody else. And that doesn't matter if that's in family, in business, or in life in general, you know. But so it's so sad they have the time to make point out people as enemies that haven't done a goddamn thing to them. I mean, that's the thing about it. Haven't done a goddamn thing to them, meaning that whatever they did, we also play a part in it. You see what I mean? And pointing out that slavery, like if you want to keep saying that they did this to us, then let's find out, who are you related to really? Are you related to one of those groups? If they did, because they weren't all on the same page, they fought each other and their prisoners got sold into slavery. So which one are you? You see, that's the problem with that statement. They make it seem like slavery, the advent of Africans coming into slavery, is different than what it was. That's the problem. He's selling a false historical story. That's fiction about slavery, about the transatlantic slave trade. So there's never been anybody that described it the way Tazariak described slavery. No, it's never been described that way by any historian. Even the Europeans never described it that way. And here he comes along and goes up on a platform, and this is a little boy like that. But here's the thing. He make excuses. He'll diss that little African boy, but then Sarnetta will help him do the second part of the job, and then he'll go tell Corey to slit his wrist. So these people have negative messages to all Black people, all. And they don't spare anyone. You see, and that is where we have to let them know we don't owe you anything, including your life.
Yeah,
we don't owe you
respect. He gonna say he hate Africans one time, then and every time you see him on Sarnetta platform, what he trying to do? Sell Black people products, oils, hairs. Who you think he's selling it to? The same one that saying Black Power and think the African and Pan-African and this and that. So you know what I'm saying? So if people don't open their eyes and they really buying into this nonsense, like I told you, these people is no better than the white man that come and sell your neighborhood and then turn around, open stores and sell you products out of it. You know what I mean? So
and check this out.
Yeah,
check this out, bro. Sorry, but check this one out. Then Tazariak goes out there when he's discussing with Sarnetta in that conversation video. They're talking about Polite and what the difference is between Polite and his brother in jail. Talking about the differences. And Tazariak, he makes it a point to point out that, Polite could be a victim because we don't know what that lady did, or that the child, she's the only real victim, right? Okay, that's interesting. So Tazariak, he says Polite could be a victim. He says the daughter's a victim, but the mother, I find that very interesting. None of them thought about the mother could be a victim. To me, that tells me they are so low as men. The only thing they can do is blame the mother for their own behavior. So you're going to blame the mother for what? What are you going to blame the mother for when you were in on it too? You were right there. You were a willing participant. You know, you didn't have a problem with the mother up until the time her daughter gets raped. You see what I'm saying? And then they blame it on the mother, who's the one who probably went to the police. You see what I'm saying? So they have a very twisted view. At no time did they ever protect the mother. They always see it as the mother's fault. You see? And that's very interesting about these guys. They never come out and defend the women. They never do. You see that they're just, and they call themselves men. You know, I just want them to understand that I don't give a shit what they think about me. I think you're the most disgusting people on earth. And if there was ever a situation I was put in where it was my life against yours, I would gladly take yours first without a thought, without no thought, because you proved that you're scum on videotape to the world. I would never think that you would be there for 1 second to tell me the truth, for 1 second to treat me with any fairness, for 1 second for any reason. You have no morals or standards. You're scum.
Yeah, like I said, all of them is the same, man. All of them, like if you pay attention, all of them do the same thing. While they on the platform, they always try to squeeze in. Oh yeah, check out my book, especially Garfield. I'll be like, huh? Garfield, what book you wrote? Like who? Like, who are you?
He plagiarized.
Yeah, he took people information and put it down in a book. That's what the majority of them do. They take, and you know what I'm saying? They need to put some respect on Dr. Ben's name too, man. Like, you know what I mean? These guys are so pathetic. Shaka, Most, I calling you out. Reggie, I calling you out. You know what I mean? I know Seti don't mess with y'all because he would have blasted y'all from the head. You know what I mean? Like, they just got.
Seti laughing at these clowns.
They just got people saying this and that about Dr. Ben. Like, they somebody. Like, who the? Like who, when,
Hold
where,
on,
why?
Shaka. I always heard him speaking highly of Dr. Benny.
No,
This
I ain't
is
talking
something.
about Shaka at most. I'm talking about people that be on Saneta platform.
Oh, okay, yeah.
People that be all in the chats on these platforms disrespecting Dr. Ben and called out his name and all kind of things. I'll be like, bro, it's funny how people just talk on dead. You know what I mean? Like, y'all the worst of the worst. I hope y'all know that.
Another dead person that did not rape anybody, but the people who rape, that's their brother. They're cool with them. It's amazing, but we have that recorded for the record. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we went and try to put some hidden devices. Those guys are spoken publicly. You know what I'm saying? Scam Cheddar is in here talking about, oh, that case that was 30 years ago, he's done. Why did he talk about it then? Why did Garfield talk about it then? Why did Garfield make a whole live stream about it then? You know what I'm saying? Now, if that case is 30 years ago is gone, what about MLK? You would think that MLK put us into problems. That's ridiculous. So they're respecting people who rape children, but they have the nerve to talk bad about people who actually share information
for their freedom. They could take it how they want. But that man could have been a preacher. That man could have been whatever he want. He chose to fight for all you. Just like it had baseball players in his time, boxing like Muhammad Ali. It had singers. It had black people doing different things. If they had the opportunity and they had the smarts to do it, even if there was, it had situation or had to compromise because of the way society was, but they could have done certain things. He could have did different things because the guy was smart. You know what I'm saying? So in saying that, he could have just been a preacher and let it be, but he chose to go out there and fight and speak out, regardless of how you think he did it. There was millions of people in his time that wouldn't do it. They would follow him. You see what I'm saying? So in saying that, the guy put himself on the front line, and look what it got him, a bullet in the neck at 33 years old. You know what I mean? And he was one of the reasons that laws came into place. See, I'm just saying that just him and Malcolm X or the millions of black people that had to fight back. I'm not discrediting that, but I'm just saying nigga put himself on the front line and he died because of it. And I'm pretty sure if he didn't put himself out there, he probably would have lived to see 60 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe
so
more.
In saying that, the disrespect and the insults, they're just pathetic, man. And they just should be, and the man had children, the man had grandchildren, you know what I'm saying? The man have family, he have a bloodline. So for people to be just disrespecting the guy, and it's not even based off any facts, you know what I mean? It's just based off hearsay and how they feel, or some stupid doctrine to justify how they feel, and they ain't nobody to feel no way anyway. You know what I mean?
They're not insulting the Hebrews or like guy who killed Martin Luther King's mother, though. You know what I'm saying? So the people who rape children, they're not being insulted. The guy who killed Martin Luther King's mother and wanted to kill Martin Luther King's father, he's not being disrespected. But go ahead.
Yeah, it just should show you how stupid and ignorant these people are. And it's the same thing when it comes to Malcolm X. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to try to pick Malcolm X side or give him credit and this and that, but they still friends and bowing down to the same people following the same doctrine that helped kill him.
Yep.
Like make that make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So it just to show you these people fake. They two-faced. That's at the end of the line. They wouldn't stand for none. They wouldn't fight for nothing. They free and they comfortable in their little circle. So they think they somebody and they could say what they want, when they want, how they want. But let reality hit them. Let something go wrong in the world today and chaos start. These same people is the one that's going to be hiding. You know what I mean? So yeah, in saying that, I just think people need to put respect on people's name, especially the dead. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing I can't tolerate. I don't care how bad or good the person was to you. Like when that person passed, there is no need to be speaking about that person. Yeah, unless it's about the information they did. You know what I mean? And For what
They don't have
heard,
an intellectual critique against Martin Luther King's work. They don't have a factual
No,
critique
they
against his
can't.
work. That's the problem, and they don't
can't,
really
bro.
have any criticism of
They don't have
MX
any.
either.
They don't even have close to the credentials that he had, much less. You know what I'm saying? So in saying that, yeah, bro. Yeah, all these things. One of the Dr.
they
Ben was one of
summarized.
the masters when it comes to this information as bringing it forward to the black people on a global scale. You know what I mean? Even if some things we might know today,
Look,
we might
check
have
this
just
out.
start to get into the information, but because of people like Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark, we knew it from long years ago to know we could expand on it. But to be insulting and disrespecting the teachers, that's a no-no, man. And these people are nobody. You know, I would understand if they had PhDs and they was having debates with top scholars, these Arabs and Europeans and white scholars that have, like, you know, is recognized by powerhouses, that people that run societies. When you have credentials and people that run societies acknowledge you and your works, then you could say you somebody, bro. Reggie, none of y'all ain't nobody.
Butler Reggie, the beggar.
Yeah, I mean, Butler Reggie, stop bigging up your head and trying to prove to the little black community that working a 9 to 5 that y'all somebody, bro. On an international scale, global scale.
I don't think it's working, you know.
Yeah, y'all are not recognized as no PhDs. Y'all ain't no doctors. Y'all don't have no masters. Y'all ain't recognized as none of that, bro.
He's pseudo. He said, my art is a burden, hero is great. But go
So
ahead.
for y'all to be insulting the teachers is embarrassing.
But yeah, and intellectually, they're nepotists. I mean, they're comfortable having debates with only New Yorkers. That's what it is. And people that know each other personally. Anybody can have that debate. That's a biased debate.
Exactly.
That's the whole point.
That's why I'm gonna let you finish. That's why when Gorilla Hebrew faced the white guy, the white Jew, he embarrassed him.
Yeah, and I mean that's the problem with them. So, you know, they don't want to be honest about what they're doing. You know, anybody could have these debates with their friends. I don't sit around all day long having these debates with my friends. Some of my friends I don't agree with. I got some more friends over here. Ironically enough, one more friend, I don't agree with him about this shit, any of that more stuff. But in real life, we're actual real friends. We'll kill people over our families. You see what I mean? We don't leave it to this. I don't give a damn that he believes in this more shit. He knows I don't believe in that shit at all. You see what I'm saying? But and also there's other boundaries. I mean, shit. I know a few. I grew up with a one of my white boys who grew up in the hood with us. He'll bust a hole in you. He got arrested for carrying a .357 Magnum with bulletproof armor bullets in it. Bulletproof piercing bullets in it. You see what I'm saying? That's back in the 90s. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? So it's like these guys like to live in fiction with this with these Puritan views that don't make sense. They criticize Martin Luther King and they say that his failure was working with white people. Well, the thing about it is they didn't live where Martin Luther King lived. They can't make that choice for him. They can make the choice for what they do, but look at how they came out, their own choices based on where they live, based on what they do. Did they succeed or are they complete utter failures?
They had a choice. They had a choice. Martin Luther King had no choice. He was trying to make his people survive.
He did what was completely intelligent to do and got the bigger outcome. That's what he did. And these fools are sitting up there, and what have they done with their lives? How's this shit going for the people in their own communities where they live? Can they say the black community is doing good with their leadership? Fuck no. They can't.
Look how they so don't
what's the change? What's the change that they've instituted in their own communities? They can't say they've instituted any goddamn change in their own communities.
Look how they don't get the picture, Bennett. Remember when the man said he see the whatever the top of the mountain, but he might not make it there with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he was talking about. But you see what they do with it, right? You see what
He
they
knew,
do with it?
He knew they was trying to kill him.
Not only that, he knew his people would have the same opportunities one day, but I'm pretty sure he didn't know they would be drunk in ignorance like this.
Oh, hell no, he didn't know that. He definitely would not. No black person from the 30s, 40s, and 50s could imagine these fools. None of them. They would never be able to imagine it. They would never understand what the hell they're thinking. These guys have a revisionist view of their own African American history or Black American history or Pan American history. Or, they have a revisionist view of it. That's the problem. You see, they go for the pretty parts. They go for the parts that sound so easy that a baby could figure out. But the reality of it is that no, this whole structure got landmines in it and details in it that you really have to think through before you open your mouth or make a move. You see, so these guys don't do that. They try to express baby concepts to young people because that's what gets the young people attention. So they go out there on the street and say, fuck the white man. Well, you've never fucked a white man, bitch. You've only bowed down to him. That's all you've done outside of calling them names. Anybody can call somebody some names. Exactly. What is name calling? Name calling is nothing. See, when you can't do more than name call, you should shut up and come up with a plan to do something else. You don't go out there and just say, hey, I can't do nothing, so fuck you. That's not a plan. You see what I mean? That's not what smart people do. Smart people smile, be polite, and plot and plan. And be respectful and plot and plan for decades. You see what I mean? But these little suckers go out there like little babies and think the white man owes them something and go out there screaming, the white man. The white man don't owe you shit. And he's definitely not going to do anything for someone that doesn't respect him or respect themselves. Why should anybody? You see what I mean? Justice is not about begging. You see, justice is not about crying. You got to be willing to do more than that.
That KB72977 said something about PhD, and I understand where he coming from, you know what I'm saying? But so we should just listen to what everybody say. You know what I'm saying? I understand where you coming from because it have a lot of people in history that changed the narrative due to their belief and their agenda. You know what I'm saying? But we also have these black people that have the same qualifications. You know what I'm saying? So in saying that, if somebody have these qualifications, it shows that they have been researching, they have been studying, they have been debating with top scholars that do the same, and it's recognized, and you learn new information from them. So it has different classes, it has different levels. So in saying that, we don't all depend, I would say, just because he's a PhD, it's 100% fact. But you rather go with that than anybody that just stuck in their belief or running with a narrative that just come into the works yesterday and think they know it all. You rather go with the PhDs and the people that research it, them near have most of 50 years of their life, 30 years of their life.
Yeah.
You rather go with that. I don't care what race it is. You know what I mean?
But the problem with these guys is, but the problem with these guys is it doesn't even take you a PhD to tell you more than they would ever tell you about the slave trade. It doesn't take a PhD. I mean, these guys literally don't know that the Igbo and the Yoruba were at war with each other. And one group started selling their prisoners, and then the next group said, okay, we'll do the same. These guys literally don't know that they're related to not only the innocent African, but possibly also the one who helps enslave others. They don't know that. You see, it doesn't take a PhD to know that. That's the problem with these dudes. A lot of their failures have nothing to do with them being PhDs. This is just regular, average fucking information. It's just regular. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing about these things Tazariak is saying, and these mistakes they're making. These don't require a PhD to point them out. These just require regular thinking folk. average thinking folk. That's the real problem. These guys are trash being sold as something like leadership. That's the danger, so, but the PhD, yeah, sure. We got to respect our anthropology. We got to respect archaeology. We got to respect medicine, things like this, the School of Medicine and all of these things. But God damn, these are just basic things these guys are going wrong on, and people aren't holding them accountable for that. You see, and why should it teach you why should you have to be a PhD to know it's wrong to call Martin Luther King a bitch? What the fuck is that?
Who is Hotep University? Was that the one lady that was there at the time?
Hotep University.
Well, sorry, what was your question? You heard?
I was asking who that was. Hasn't she been on the panel or something?
That's the brother.
Oh, the brother. Oh, I'm just trying to remember who he was. He ever been on the panel?
Yeah, he's been there for a minute. Yeah, he's a subscriber, as you can see. Yeah. He's been there for a minute.
But when they start talking about when they start trying to describe the story from Seth and Horus, they might want to refer to some PhDs.
That's another thing they've been doing. That's another thing they've been doing lately too. They've been just like the guy said, I don't know who this person is, but it's obviously some European, and Smash Rockwell pull him up on it because they're trying to come up with all kind of narrative, trying to paint Heru and set in some kind of gay exchange.
They mangled that whole story.
Yeah, they changing the word poison to semen and all kind of different thing. Like I don't even get into the whole thing about it with these signs, and Smash Rockwell went in and he showed breaking it down what the words
he was
mean.
right. Smash dropped them off something,
and he sent it to the same guy that put that thing out there, and the guy haven't refuted him yet. He made some kind of joke about it when Smash Rockwell showed him, you know what I mean? And this is the same stupid narrative that JJ and these black guys are running with. They just take info. That's what I'll be talking about, is levels to this. They just take this information and run with it and talking about just to try to prove something in Kemet, because their so-called doctrine have all kind of nasty homo sex or killing or whatever in it. They try to make Kemet look bad. They're not conversating about what's going on in their book. They're trying to find any little thing they could find in Kemet to make it look bad. And that's the same brainwash mentality, Europeanized, I hate myself, I hate Africa thinking,
And then check this out. And then even though they wanted to follow that silly ass interpretation that some European scholars put out there about that story of Heru and Set, right? Well, let's say we take them up on that story. He even pointed out to these dumbasses that, wait a second, if they are to believe their rendition of that story, then it means their God is a fucking pedophile, is a rapist. You see what I mean? That's the crazy part about it. And they didn't even get that from the beginning. That's what I was saying to Shaka when he came over here with that argument. I was like, these dudes don't see what he's saying. He doesn't get that argument when he brought it up, that he's actually saying the God of their actual God, the Hebrew God, is the rapist. That's so ironic. That is so ironic. He doesn't see that. And this is the craziness. They always seem to side with the rapist no matter what. Even I don't know if it's magical, if it's a spell they under. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Just like what was it? The prophet Muhammad or whatever his name in the Messenger. I think he even had a story with him sleeping with some young girl. Like,
well, according to the hadith that Sahih Bukhari and other Sahih hadith, Prophet Muhammad married Aisha when she was 6 years old, and he consummated the marriage with her when she was 9 years old.
Yeah, you just showing you, so you see where they get this from. Even their God is a pedophile. You know what I mean? Just like Sanetta say, he's a murderer. He's a
there's a brother Chuck Morgan. He has a website. I think it's called Nubianism.com. But the link is on his YouTube channel, Chuck Morgan.
And he was on Kid Priest podcast. He addressed the New Orleans because he has a lot of transcripts from the trials of Malachi York, and he talked about which god is it again? Enki, I think, one of those Sumerian gods that actually had sex with some children, you know what I'm saying? But I asked him about it, but it's on one of his, because he studies the what is it, the cuneiform script. But brothers, I'm gonna have to wrap it up because it's 1 a.m. right now. So I'm gonna let you make your closing remarks, brothers. So well, we can go clockwise. So V Bennett, feel free, and then Young Harry can go. Go ahead, V Bennett, please.
Yeah, man. I would just say, you know, these guys, they're not fooling us. You know, they haven't earned respect. They haven't earned anybody's respect. If they want to toy around with people, you know, okay, you only toying around with yourself. No one believes you. I mean, none of us believe for a second you could do anything to us. You know, we aren't even surprised by the stupidity. The only people you're fooling are the stupid people that go into your chat, some of the young people that just aren't critical enough in their thinking and don't know enough. Those are the people you take advantage of. Your time is running out. Your time is running out. It's not going to be much longer. And that's it. I mean, did you have opportunity to do better and do different? Yes, you did. You had the opportunity to do better and to do different. So don't feel bad. Blame yourselves. Don't blame us. Blame yourselves. Don't blame other people. Blame yourselves, you know, because even deep down inside, you know, the issue is you. The problem is you and what you do. You don't challenge each other to think better. You don't take opportunities to improve on what you're doing. So, you know, at the end of the day, be damned with you. Peace.
Thank you, brother. You been it now, brother.
Yeah, man. Like I said, bro, people just need to know all these doctrines came from ancient writings. Even the so-called Anunnaki and Eli, and then
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki, then Eli or Eli, and then the Iki people, and all these things come out of these Muslims, and all these doctrines came out of these people ancient writings, you know. So that's why I can't remember who it was, but it's all the same God, you know. You might have different stories and different names, but people just take from information before and write their own story to their own observation and belief. So in saying that, none of these things are not the creator. It never was and never will be. None of these imaginary characters never walked the earth, only flesh and blood. And all these flesh and blood, these people tried to put on a pedestal, they had flaws. They were just man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, in saying that, ain't nothing coming to save nobody. The only thing that's going to save you is yourself. So just like you see civilizations, they the one that did it themselves. Whether thousands of them had to die for it, that's what happened. So in saying that, man, yeah, these people just need to put some respect on people's name, especially these idiots like Bennett said. They ain't fooling nobody. They only fooling those that want to be fooled. They fooling those that's fooling other people. You know what I mean? And it's all about money, because before YouTube started paying people, none of these characters wasn't on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And in saying that, all these people acting like they smart and intelligent, they are not, because if they was, they would be doing something with their time to show and prove. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, Shaka, in saying that, you know, peace and love, you know what I mean, to the chat, to the fam. Everybody do their research so we could get more content on these characters and put them to shame for who they are. Like, you know what I mean? That's the thing about it. You ain't see none of us going out here making claim to be this, to be that, to know this, to be that, to be smart, to be all like the drunk one the other day. She cursing and calling people all kind of name in the book and this and that. Then she going to reference some nonsense, but she a God. You see how doctrine have really make these people insane. You a God, huh?
A goddess, yeah.
Yeah, let somebody chop you. I bet you bleed. You see what I'm saying? So in saying that, man, it's ignorance, you know what I mean? And maybe that's why some of these things will keep away from people, because it's obviously make them go crazy. You know what I mean? And like I said, the best thing about life is when you could turn around and say you never sold your soul because of anything. You have your dignity. You could walk with your head up. You know what I mean? You protect yourself. You protect your body. Nobody care call you a runner wrong. I don't care how tall, how short, how fat you is. It's the respect and discipline you have for yourself that matters the most. So whoever calling themselves, just like I tell Sanetta clown ass in his video, I put a comment because he called my name out. You know what I mean? So I told him, bro, no man don't lead me. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own leader. I can't say the same about all them people with you because you are clearly their master. You know what I mean? So I just want him to know, like, bro, I'm not with none of that y'all got going on YouTube. I don't.
Me.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't nobody going to disrespect me and curse me and think I going to talk to them the next day. None of that, bro. I stand on principles.
Yeah.
So in saying that, all these puppets, grown ass men and women you have under your tail, hey, congratulations to you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they idiots. You know what I mean?
And you know what? He got this idea like somehow we over here and we doing this for Shaka. No, we speaking our minds for ourselves, sucker. You know, that's the difference. You know, he it's so confusing. He's so used. He projects that because he wants people to come and defend him. Shaka ain't asking us to come and defend him. He never asked us one time. It's us speaking our minds. You see what I mean? And there's a difference. There's a difference. You know, he got it confused. You know, another thing is that I'm like 10 years old. I'm almost 10 years older than Shaka. I don't even know, man. But I'm smart enough to be able to recognize an individual that I can support also, that I see them doing some good things. I mean, that's just basic life skills. That's what you do in everyday life. That has nothing to do with Shaka telling me to do anything or forcing me to do anything or him leading me. I lead myself. He leads himself. We all lead ourselves here. You know, that's the difference. So, yeah. Sorry, hey, bro.
Shaka,
go for
one
it,
more
bro.
thing before you go. Yeah, it's something that KB said, and it's true. People don't understand, like, people that the creator shows himself in ways that everybody recognize, you know? So when you see people hating some people, certain people that they have none, they don't know, it's all because of jealousy. You know what I mean? So when you see a man that stand up for righteousness and for everybody, he could go everywhere. He speaks good about everybody, no matter what race, what culture, what background they're from, because he stands for humanity. You know what I mean? And that's the creator. That's the creator within itself. You are the creator within yourself. Man creates his own environment that the creator put him in, you know? So in saying that, anything you see negative, trying to destroy people, trying to, you know, talk down on other people or create a narrative based on some doctrine, all that is evil, all that is devil, all that is the lowest chakras. That's just another concept, but I'm just putting it in perspective for people understanding. But all of that is hearsay and make believe. That's why they act the way they act, and it's nothing but destruction. You know what I mean? So in saying that, I even give certain people that I wouldn't even give credit, but they stand for more life than these so-called black people. They stand for, and that's what creation is, the sustain of life, you know what I mean, and existence. So Anybody speaking against that, anybody speaking down on that, which is what all these doctrines do, which is what all these so-called jealous gods do. That's why you have so much confusion behind people, because their so-called God, which is nothing but a man, get them to these kind of conclusions. That's why you have people like ISUPK and One West and this one out here, because people allow this ignorance and it keeps spreading till they commit murder, even against Martin Luther King murder. You know what I mean? They ain't going to face the gangs and them in the streets. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna kill the righteous. They're gonna kill the man that stand for humanity, like Malcolm, like Bob, like Selassie, like anybody that stand for something. Like I said, a man is just a man. He have flaws too, but when he stands for what's right, the majority is gonna hate. They're gonna be jealous. They're gonna try to murder him in the flesh, because that's what the devil does. He try to kill creation. Enough said.
Thank you, both of you, V. Bennett and Young Heru. And I just want to say briefly that regarding all that you've been saying, I was thinking of the fact that I talked a lot about the Pan-Africans who also defend rapists and pedophiles. And that's why I had a lot of issues with them. You know, they are aware, they know, but with the conscious community, what people call the conscious community, the House of Pedos, for example, the House of Conscious Mess, the House of Criminals spelled with a K, the House of Clowns spelled with a K. Ultimately, what we see is that they are so desperate to have people that they would accept and embrace even rapists, people who sexually abuse children. That's how desperate they are, you know. So thank you to everybody who was there today on the panel. Thank you to everybody who was also in the chat. Fighting against child molestation is a noble cause, no matter what they say. They don't run the world. They don't make the rules. So my closing remarks are the same. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue or state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do I to do any cheru? Hotel.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Nature classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, you know, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neter class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.